The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
Madness continues with playoff hockey action at the Bowling Green Ice Arena as the Falcons host the Northern Michigan Wildcats in the opening round of the WCHA tournament. BCSN HD brought to you by Dave White Chevrolet. The place to go is Alexis and Monroe. Dave White Chevrolet. Hello everyone, Greg Franking along with Eddie Powers, another graduate from the 1984 National Championship team for Bowling Green. I guess you can remember that, starting in the playoffs on your way to that. Hopefully Bowling Green has a similar run. But Bowling Green is similar to the national championship team. Didn't finish the season all that strong, although they did beat Alabama in a couple of games last weekend. But when they met Northern Michigan, they had a couple of heartbreaking losses in a row. What do you think their mentality is coming into this first tournament game?
You know, when you really get to the second season here, it's all about momentum, and I think Bowling Green has got to really focus on, hey, starting anew, getting some momentum and creating good experiences here with the things that they do. And I think being at home like this and the community that they have, I think it's a great atmosphere for a college hockey game.
Now, no question about it. Hopefully the game will match. Now, Bowling Green, one of the real strengths of their team has been their freshman class. In fact, that's the highest scoring class in the whole program. And Brandon Hawkins is the leading scorer on the team. He was recently named to the WCHA All-Freshman team. And you really can't put enough value on your young players stepping up. Obviously, you expect it from your experienced leaders, but when the freshmen can do it too, you really got something.
You know, you look at Bowling Green right now and the job that the coaching staff has done. They've done a phenomenal job of recruiting and bringing the program back to where it used to be. And we definitely can look out for the freshman cast to kind of carry this type of game in the program in the future.
On the other hand, for Northern Michigan, another thing you look for is guys to maybe raise their game, especially guys that you know have the talent. And Reed Seckel for Northern Michigan, last year he was their top scorer. This year not so much, but he scored the 2 goals that led for a big comeback victory for Northern Michigan against Bowling Green the last time these teams played. You know he's very talented, and he's extremely dangerous in playoff hockey.
I think Northern coming into the building tonight, they got to feel good about themselves. They were here 3-4 weeks ago and found a way to win coming from behind. So this is something that they're not afraid of, and I think it should be an awesome game tonight.
Home ice advantage important? Well, who knows? Bowling Green twice before in recent years went to Northern Michigan, lost the first game of the series, came back and won it by winning the last 2, even though they were much the lower seeded team. Anything can happen, and we'll find out coming right up on BCSN.
Wide, right on the front, he scored!
So everybody in the Northwest Hockey Conference Red Division has at least one state championship, and I think they're all contenders this year.
Hit the ice with BCSN and the Toledo Walleye all this week.
Just about ready for playoff hockey here at the BGSU Ice Arena. The Falcons and the Northern Michigan Wildcats. Following a moment of silence for a Falcon hockey player, Jamie Williams, from the mid-90s that recently passed away. Very poignant moment. And now we are ready to go. The Falcons home again for the first round of the WCHA playoffs. Last year they disposed of a good Michigan Tech team, who's now Michigan Tech a year later the number 4 team in the country in 2 straight games. Chris Bergeron hoping for a repeat this year. And I think there's a certain expectation that if this team can play up to their capabilities, they have a chance of really going somewhere. But it's a matter of getting back perhaps to where they were, the form they were showing in the early part of the season, as opposed to the latter part of the year where they basically played about 500 hockey since the midseason break. Here's the overall series, actually 42-38. It's very close. And Northern, in fact, opened it up a little with those 2 wins last time they were here.
I'll tell you, the community of Bowling Green here is certainly ready for this, and it should be an exciting game.
It always is when Northern Michigan plays Bowling Green, but an early 2-on-1 on a giveaway, and Reed Seckel came right in, and Tommy Burke, the starting goalkeeper, who has really taken over the top job, stopped him as he went top shelf, and what a downer that would have been to give up a glaring turnover and a 2-on-1 goal in the opening seconds, and now the goalie has told the rest of his team he's in the game, as does Michael Doan, who makes a blocker save early for Northern Michigan.
Good stop by Burke there, certainly challenged. The shooter came out and didn't give him much to shoot at.
Over the line, Northern Michigan on the attack. Dejan Mingo intercepting the puck, and he shoots it around the boards of center ice. It's tipped in by Mark Cooper for Bowling Green. It's collected by Zach Urban for Northern Michigan, who starts out with a pass. Tried to hit DJ Vandercook. It went by into the Falcon end. Mark Friedman around the boards. Friedman, one of 3 Falcon freshmen who were named to the All-WCHA rookie team. Nolan Ballou and Brandon Hawkins, the other 2. We talked about the outstanding freshman class for the Falcons kicked in, and it'll go for an icing call and back to the Falcon zone for the face-off.
Well, not a bad start for either team. Both teams are trying to figure out what they're going to do and how aggressive they're going to be. Got a quick change on the first shift from both teams, and see what happens here in the early going.
Talk about that early save by Burke. It really means a lot for the team when they see him make a save like that, to let them know they can have confidence in their goaltender, does it not?
You know, as much as the team, it feels great as a goalie. You really want to get into the game. You kind of like that early shot, and you want to be aggressive in a situation like that, and I'm sure that has calmed him down and made him feel better.
Near side put out in front, especially the manner in which that goal would have been scored would have been disheartening for the Falcons early in the playoff series. Similar thing happened 11 years ago when Alaska came in and they scored the seconds after the drop of the puck, and it was just downhill from there, and the favored Falcons lost 2 straight in the playoffs that year. That was one of the better seasons the Falcons had in the last 20 years.
Momentum's certainly a tough thing to figure out, and you certainly want it on your side early in the game, and you don't want to give it up.
That was a looper over the shoulder of Burke, and for the moment it looked like it might be dangerous, and here comes a Falcon penalty. Connor Kucera took the skates out from under Gerard Hansen. That shot goes wide, and now it will be Northern Michigan on the power play, so the Falcons avoided that early problem with the turnover, and now they're going to have to do it again with their penalty kill, which, even though it's back to the number 1 in the conference, has not been as good lately. An obvious trip there on Kucera.
Yeah, Kucera certainly played the guy on the half wall, went at him tough, got his stick tangled up in his feet, and they made a call. So we'll see what Northern's got here on the power play early on.
I think it was really intentional on Kucera's part. He just happened to get his stick in there. And Northern on the power play, 20% is their power play conversion rating. Not bad. They have good special teams. Bowling Green, as we said, the number 1 penalty killing unit in the nation at 90.1%. Centering pass, that went off the skate. Northern got it back, but the centering pass in front of the net by Shane Sooth, nobody was there, and they cleared out to center ice. Mingo back for it, being leaned on by Sooth. Seckel streaming in to get it, dropped it back for Sooth in the corner, up to the point. Here's Brock Maschmeyer, number 14 up high. He's 3rd team All-WCHA. Pass it across, a shot blocked, and Sean Walker out to center ice.
Good job with BG collapsing on the rebounds there, clearing the zone. Northern trying to get the puck to the net and crash the net.
Hansen, the Swedish product, shoots it in, and a Northern player really got decked. And he is writhing on the ground, and that is Hansen, just as he was approaching the line and shot it in. He got leveled.
Yeah, he's hurt. He's hurt.
And the Falcon penalty box door opening again. Hansen is one of the top scorers for Northern Michigan. Mostly a playmaker, 5 goals and 14 assists.
Looks like Walker stepped up on the play and hit him as he was trying to gain the zone. I didn't really see where he got hit high or not, but definitely hurting.
is definitely in some agony right now. Let's take a look at it. Walker line a clean hit. He kept his stick down, his elbows down, and I guess maybe they call him for a charge, but that's just a tough check.
You know, it's one of those bang-bang plays where, hey, you're trying to finish your checks, you're trying to set your tone earlier in the game. Walker steps into the play. The guy, he just gets rid of the puck and he steps into it, and hopefully the kids are all right. But
he had just gotten rid of the puck. I just don't see anything wrong with that. It's just a tough, hard, physical check, and it's unfortunate that the player got hurt, but I think he took pain in throwing him out of the game. He took pains to not put his stick up or his elbows up or do anything untoward, it appeared to me, and yet he's being thrown out of the game.
Well, it's kind of the day and age we're in right now as far as head contact and stuff like that. And you certainly don't want to see a kid get hurt, but it didn't look like it was a blatant shot to the head, and hopefully the kid's all right, but seems a little extreme at this point in the game.
So just as last week where there was a questionable major penalty on Bowling Green that led to Alabama getting 2 power play goals at the end, the same thing happened here. Now look, he did not put anything into that would make one or lead one to believe, again, officials don't have the benefit of the replay and so forth, but it looked to me like he was really conscious of keeping his elbows and stick down.
You know, it's certainly been a point of emphasis at all levels of hockey, and I think that he certainly tried to do the right thing, and unfortunately he was called for it.
So here we go. So now a 2-man advantage. They call it for a blow to the head. And a game misconduct. There's a shot. Moschmeyer blocked by DeSalvo. This is just the wrong way to start a playoff series. Mitch Jones up. Moschmeyer in the corner. Rifled across by Suth, but they couldn't finish off the play as Dominic Shine failed to redirect it. Jones into the corner. Suth shifting that puck on his stick back up high. Moschmeyer moving in. He fanned on it. Falcons can't clear. 20 seconds left in the first penalty. Northern can score as many times as they can muster here, but they put it right into Burke, who holds on with 16 seconds left in the first penalty.
Great job by Bowling Green, forcing the play to the perimeter there. They clogged the middle. They didn't allow any shots, and a great scoring chance. Burke certainly makes the save there and shuts it down and gets a change when they need to.
Burke's numbers, he is also 6-0 in weekends when he's played both games, and you wonder to what extent maybe that's just coincidence, but there are goalies that relish just continuing to get the call. Stick right in front of that pass, got kicked in front of the Northern Michigan player. Shot, that one went wide. Darren Noack was never able to receive that pass, and now Kucera back on. Big shot, tipped in front, and a save by Burke with his right pad, denying Sami Salminen from Finland, and it's sent down the ice.
Nice job on the clear, again collapsing on the shot, clearing a dangerous puck.
Out to center ice with a pass. He got a half step trying to beat Ballou, but he hustled back to prevent Noack from cutting in. Up high it goes to Jake Baker. Challenging at the point. Bowling Green leads nation penalty killing because they've been a very aggressive penalty killing team. Here's a big shot. That one blocked by Mitch McLean. Over to the near side. Tyler Spezia wrestling with Noack, got it out to center, and Moschmeyer will skate it down as the Falcons get it the length of the rink. Still got a piece of that broken stick out there at center ice, but they're coming up the other side, and most of the stick is near the blue line. Charging up the middle, that could have been a trip, but official says play on as Dominic Shine took a tumble.
Good job, Bowling Green standing up in the zone, trying to prevent the entry.
Pass out to center ice. Sent in by Suth. Fired around by Burkle. And DeSalvo spanks it down the ice. And they'll go for a full change. Mercier out along with Ballou, Friedman, and Polkamp. With 2.5 minutes and change to go in this major penalty. Out to center ice, Mitch Jones corrals it for Northern. Got the pass back from Moschmeyer. In over the blue line, drop pass for Suth. And he slides it back out to center ice. Moschmeyer couldn't get over. They'll have to regroup. Polkamp got it back out to the neutral zone. Falcons bottling up Northern and center ice here for the moment. Sent around the boards, but Polkamp will swipe it out again. Northern unable to get into a flow with their power play. Now they're in over the line. And they'll try to set things up. Moschmeyer under pressure for Shine.
Moschmeyer again up high. Over for Mitch Jones. In the corner to Sooth. Less than 2 minutes to go. Big shot blocked again by McLean. Falcons blocking a lot of shots in this penalty kill. And the puck is frozen along the boards with 1:42 left in the power play. And the officials having to step in to break up the combatants. And the early penalties have perhaps gotten the tempers to ride a bit high early on.
You know, Greg, you look at something like this, and you really have an opportunity where they're on northern side that you have a 5-on-3, and they're really trying to take advantage and get momentum. But also on the flip side of that, you look at Bowling Green. Hey, if they can kill this stuff, it certainly leads to the momentum going back to the BG side, and they've done a great job so far.
That was the mantra of the national championship team. A penalty is a chance for us to gain momentum by killing it off. They did it very, very well, as this team has. Up to the point. Jake Baker drops it in the corner for Robbie Payne, and it's out to center ice. Payne has to back up with it, and he gave it to Ryan Trenz.
Real nice aggressive play with Casera there on the wing.
Baker gathers it in, back in his own end of the rink, trying to wind his way to center. Northern gets over the line, but the Falcons again defend it very, very well. Back of the net, they prevent real entry into the zone, and shot down the ice by Mercier. We're in the final minute now of the major penalty. Of course, the Falcons will feel the effects of that for the whole game because Sean Walker, one of their most valuable defensemen, and he's not available to them for the game. In over the line, good stick handling move, breaking right through the shot, and Burke made a great save there as he stopped John Seymour, who's a very crafty player we saw when Northern was here earlier in the season. Sent down the ice under a half a minute to go in the penalty.
You know, a play like that, you always say your goalie's got to be your best penalty killer, and Burke certainly stood tall there.
Seymour out to Seckel. Not the first time Burke's done that tonight. Seckel veering away from Spezia. Got the puck back. Shot wide of the net by Moschmeyer. Back out to the point. Seckel down low, centered it. McLean covered his man well as Moschmeyer was trying to sneak in from the blue line. Now Spezia breaking out. Penalty's over. Two men hitting the line fast. Breaking in with a shot. And a save by Michael Doan as Spezia raced all the way in. Didn't have the angle for the shot. Nonetheless, a great authoritative rush there. And the Falcons have killed off the major penalty, and that should give them a boost.
Great speed by Spezia, gain in the zone. Got a good quality shot against the goalie there. Good chance.
Brent Tate over for Mark Friedman in over the blue line. And it's called on the offside, much to the distaste of the Falcon fans. And a timeout on the ice. Falcons penalty killers come up big early, and we're still no score in the first period of the opening round of the WCHA playoffs. Northern shoots it into the Falcon zone. After it is Friedman. Around the boards, Baker stepped up in the blue line to keep it in. Mark Friedman gets it back around for Nolan Ballou. Backhanded up to Hawkins. Hawkins to Ben Murphy. Tried to clamp it on his backhand. He got thrust into the boards. Could you call for a major penalty there? Put out in front, kicked away by Doan. It's almost getting to that point. Mingo back for it. Nearing the midway mark of the first period already at a crackling tempo. Even though Northern has played the majority of it with the man advantage. Shot goes wide there by Hawkins. Out for Seymour on the right wing. Seymour with a head of steam going. hitting the line. It got stick checked away from him, and it's gathered in by Jordan Klimek. And he bombs it into the Falcon zone. Burke, who has been very sharp early, a big reason for the fact that it's still a scoreless tie at the moment. Adam Burkle for the Falcons. Across to Conacuser up for a speeding Dan DeSalvo. Great pass. Burkle moving in alone, trying to get to the forehand, and he was stopped by Doan. Great setup there. Passing up the ice. First Delgadillo, and then DeSalvo sending in Burkle.
DeSalvo certainly froze the defenseman there that sent him in alone.
Burkle in over the line. Shot was blocked there by Ryan Trenz. And the Falcons have finally done their penalty killing job. Now they can think about going to the offense, and they certainly did there. Pass to center ice for Mitch Jones. Pursued in by Cooper. One of the things, the Falcons haven't gotten a lot of their players on the ice because they were killing penalties so much early in the game.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to get in the flow when you got to do on special teams right off the bat.
Here is DeSalvo trying to get it out. They knock it off his stick though. Seckel tried to swing it across for Sooth. Just behind him, up high, left point, Moschmeyer's shot. That was blocked wide of the net off the stick of Dan DeSalvo. Seckel was checked by Valou. Out come the Falcons. Burkle on the move, gave it to Mark Cooper. Cooper in over the line. He's starting to come alive as a goal scorer, which he has been throughout his Falcon career, but a little bit snake bit for much of this year. Hoping to get hot at the right time. Back of the net, Spezia. Hops on that puck in the corner. Drops it back of the net for Brent Tate. Tate, along with Zach Urban, battling with him. Falcons now going into their forechecking game, which is also top-notch. Friedman's shot, that was blocked by Robbie Payne into the corner. Explodes wide. Spezia's got it. Falcons bottling Northern up. And a good check by Kucera to keep him from breaking out. But now it's skated out by Robbie Payne. In on Friedman. Through 2 or 3 moves at him. Look at Friedman played defensively, stopping him. Then a save by Burke off a backhand shot by Darren Nowick. Well, what a great job by freshman defenseman Friedman. Not once did he go for any of those moves that Payne threw at him, and then Baker and Tate come together. And we're going to have an interference penalty on Northern Michigan. So the Falcons will get a power play opportunity for the first time in the game. Timeout on the ice. No score. A good one shaping up between Northern and Bowling Green. Falcons on the power play for the first time in the hockey game. Their power play, they had an 0 for 28 stretch at one point in the year, but they have started to come alive. They're now 16.4%, which is respectable. But Northern Michigan, the 18th best penalty killing unit in the country, as we said, they're going to be tough to score on.
Well, you take these two teams.
There's a chance. Hawkins moving in, drew the puck back. Could have easily lost it and gotten a breakaway going in the other direction, but he was able to save it. Friedman has it now. Well, that was almost a chance for Hawkins and almost a big chance for Northern Michigan as Dominic Shine was right on him. Down low. Pass across by McLean, and Hawkins spanned on it down the ice.
Like I said, you take these two teams, they certainly are familiar with each other for the past 4 or 5 weeks of seeing each other and trying to refine their special teams to make a difference in the game.
Northern Michigan killing off 79.4% of opponents' power play opportunities.
Bowling Green's got a nice 1-3-1 power play here, trying to find the open guy either in the slot or on the wing.
Mingo up high, right point, and nearly gave it away. It's out to center. Swept past him by Noack. Mingo did a good job holding him up. Not allowing him to skate onto it. Ballou cross rink. Mercier wanted to get it to Burkle, but it was broken up. Trends in the corner. Around the boards. They try the other side, but Cooper is there. Swinging in to grab it. Mingo pumps it into the corner. Missed Mercier, or Mercier missed the puck. Bounding in front, and they muscle it down the ice. 15 seconds remaining in the power play.
Good job of being aggressive on the penalty kill by Northern there, pressuring Bowling Green into situations they didn't want to see.
Ballou got away from Seckel. Over the blue line. Look to center it. Put it right on Tate's stick. And then instead of shooting, he relayed it across. It was behind DeAndrea. I thought he had a really good chance to take a shot on goal. And Tate, usually a very good goal scorer, made the extra pass. Intercepted Seamer with a shot. That one blocked by Delgadillo. Spezia getting over. Moving up ice. The quick freshman. Backhands to the line. It's gloved down by Zach Urban. Back comes Northern. Fast tempo here. Shot by Seckel right on. And it's saved by Burke with 5:40 to go in the first period. These teams are just flying up and down this ice right now.
Some good action at both ends of the ice. Like I said, the guys are really trying to figure out what's going to work and what's going to not work against each team. Bowling Green get a couple shots on the power play, and Northern here counters with a late rush here at the end of the power play.
See that replay. It perhaps looked as though Tate saw he didn't have any room, so he thought he would put it in front. But sometimes you get that shot, hope for a rebound.
You know,
I really thought he was going to shoot that one.
Yeah, it's never a bad thing to get the puck to the net.
Burkle, Friedman. Can't get it in the net unless you get it on the net. Set in. Probably if the guy's wide open for a tap in, that's one thing, but he was covered on that play. It was not a high percentage pass attempt. Back of the net. They try to come out with it. Salmonen. Out to center ice. Friedman has it. Loops it in. Couldn't get it deep. DeSalvo is on it, but intercepted by Klimek. He had a man open on the right wing, but overshot Salmonen. Out to center ice. Cooper couldn't stop it with his skate. They get it sent across by DeSalvo, but broken up as he eyed Burkle. Northern coming back out with a crisp pass to Salmonen, but Kucera was right on him, forced him to give it up. In over the line goes Kevin Dufour, back in the lineup for Bowling Green after being a healthy scratch last week. Coach said he wanted him to raise his compete level.
Well, it certainly will wake up a kid when he puts him on the bench or in the stands, that's for sure.
Back of the net, Dufour is always, I think, known for his competitiveness. And I'm sure he'll have a fire lit under him tonight. Mingo skates the puck down, circles the net, out to center. Puck is taken by Mercier. They have the French connection together again. Big shot, and deflected just over the net, but it certainly looked troublesome for a moment. Now skating onto it is Sooth over the line. Seckel goes past him. He hits the trailer into the corner. Dominic Shine got a return pass from Seckel out in front, wide open, and a big save by Burke on Sooth. And again, Burke prevents Northern from scoring the first goal of the hockey game. Timeout on the ice. 3:56 to go, first period. Burke holding the Falcons in a tie right now. Face off to the right of Tommy Burke, who's made several big saves. And Northern is out shooting Bowling Green 8-4, somewhat because of the benefit of the power play. Here's a 2-on-1 for the Falcons. Murphy stays onside. Hawkins shot, and a save by Doan.
Good play by Murphy there, getting the puck to the net.
He has it in front, and a chance by McLean. Another Northern penalty coming up. Again, they stuff it in front to McLean. Two defenders, almost like basketball players, not blocking out. The puck still got to McLean. He got another good shot. But Northern is now going to be penalized. Doan now having to enter into the play in a prominent manner. McLean with two good chances in front of the net.
A real good job by the Falcons pressuring the paint, getting the puck in the paint just like you'd want to do in a basketball game. They got the puck down low. They got it on the goalie Doan. And good things happened there. Certainly Northern had to take a penalty to kind of alleviate that pressure. Let's see what the Falcons can do here with 3:36 to go in the first period.
There's the penalty. Maschmeyer clearly taking down Hawkins. Brandon Hawkins, the top freshman point producer in the WCHA. He's on the left point in the power play now. And a bad pass and a possible breakaway for Shine, but Friedman got back. He had the angle on him, so Shine just finally shoots it in. But a very careless pass there to start the power play. Out comes Hawkins. Wheeling over the line, dropped it into the corner. Gets to the puck first around the boards for DeSalvo. Murphy in the left point, moving in, wrist shot, and he scored a lot of goals from that vicinity, and then it slid out. Nobody there at the blue line. A blind pass by Hawkins, who was down on his knees. Falcons had to get back on side. Hawkins was doubled over as though he was injured, and I don't think he realized that they had a chance to get over the line. Sean Walker is up in the crowd.
Hey, real nice screen by McLean there on the shot coming in off the point.
Watch the rest of the hockey game from the stands. I still think there was nothing wrong with that check. They put him out on a major penalty. Two guys grappling for it, and finally backhanded down the ice. And back for it, Mingo. Burt gives it to Valou. Valou up the middle. 45 seconds in the power play. Again, they almost give it away. Mercier over the line. Backhands it deep. Cooper getting there just in time to prevent the pass around the boards, but it opened up an alley for the puck to be shot down the ice.
Bowling Green having a little trouble with the dump and the retrieval there. You got to make sure you outnumber the opponent when you're making a dump or you're going in for the retrieval.
Bingo drops to Valou. Falcons have been disjointed on their power play since the early stages, and it's sent down the ice by Doan. Lucera trying to ward off Seckel, but Seckel got to the puck first. As he nearly made an offensive play out of that. Back for it is Valou. Lucera accepts the pass in over the line, just off Spija's blade. Penalty's over, Maschmeyer's returned. And it'll go for an icing call with 1:29 left to play in the first period, and not a particularly good power play for Bowling Green on that occasion.
I would think that'd be something that the coaching staff will go into the locker room at the end of this period. They'll take a look at it. They'll see what type of tendencies that Northern's setting up with there and what they can adjust to in Bowling Green, or how they can correct some of the mistakes with that on future power plays.
Face off to the right of Doan. Northern keeps it around the board. Seckel trying to clear. Gets it in deep. After it, Luke Eibler can't clear the zone. Friends takes a swing at it. Finally, it's sent out by Eibler. Lucera there for the Falcons. Delgadillo moving it up ice. Delgadillo is getting more and more ice time of late. Set in. Maschmeyer pursuing it. Knocked off his stick and out to center ice. Valou. Falcons regrouping. Friedman cross rink. Burkle backhands it in for Spezia. Uses body well to shield Maschmeyer from the puck. Falcons, Burkle steered it for Spezia in the corner. Again, struggling with Maschmeyer. Up to the line, kept in by Valou. Pumped it below the goal. Murphy pursues. He throws a big check up to the right point. It never got there, but Murphy keeps it in. Back of the net going after it is Jake Baker. Deep in the corner, pass out. Seckel couldn't knock it down. 20 seconds remaining. Friedman over the blue line, shoots it in. Murphy lets it go back to the point very craftily, but nobody was there at the right point. And here's a chance to pass through, breakaway, and the shot over the net by Shine. And again, Burke bails out the Falcons. He took away the lower part of the net and forced him to shoot wide, but Bowling Green, they have made a few glaring turnovers in this game, once right at the beginning and now here at the end of the period, it almost cost them.
Hey, great chance there by Northern, certainly gets in. Burke did a great job coming out. Thank goodness he did, because he certainly didn't give up a lot of room. He still caught the crossbar there. You don't want to give up a goal here in the last minute of the period. It certainly creates momentum for the next period, and Bowling Green was almost guilty of that.
They have been playing with fire a few times with passes that were not well conceived. As I said, once right at the beginning and once right at the end of the period, and a few in between before chipped it through, and that ends the first period. But still a high energy period, no score. Falcons lose the services of one of their top defensemen, but they're still hanging in, no score against Northern Michigan. First intermission coming up.
Hit the ice with BCSN and the Toledo Walleye all this winter. With sudden death goals, clutch shutouts, and hard-hitting action, BCSN will take you inside the arena for every Walleye home game all this season. Don't miss a moment of excitement this season only on BCSN.
After the first period, Bowling Green tied with Northern. No score, and we are down at ice level with Brandon Hawkins, who was recently named to the WCHA All-Freshman team. Talking about that first period, even though I think we're agreed that it didn't look like there was much wrong with it, but the major penalty to Sean Walker, but a great job by killing off that penalty, got some momentum going after it. Maybe it looked like it wasn't going to be so good early on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we tightened up, we got the penalty kill done, now it's just time to get back to work. We got to tighten up in our D zone and chip pucks and lessen up our turnovers, and I think we'll be fine.
Seemed like you got going. Once you got all that penalty time, then you started getting guys on the ice and started to control the game territorially a little bit more.
I think we got some momentum after that penalty kill, so I think that's got a big deal with it, though.
Now, obviously, it's a big honor for you to make the all-freshman team in the WCHA. You're the top freshman scorer in the league. I'm sure you got to be very satisfied with your first season as a collegiate hockey player.
You know what? I'm pretty satisfied with it, but I wouldn't have been able to do it without my line mates. So,
yeah, I got to give credit where it's due. Certainly, the team has had an excellent year. In your whole freshman class, I think that's been a big part of the success. You were one of 3 guys that were named to that team, and several others could have been named to it.
Oh, absolutely. We got a great team here, and everybody's meshing well. I think everybody's been playing pretty good together.
Yeah, well, hopefully that'll bode well for the future with a lot of young guys who are still going to be in this program for a long time to come. Congratulations. Good luck on the rest of the game.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Brandon Hawkins of Bowling Green Falcons, and we'll be right back. Bowling Green Falcons taking on Northern Michigan in the opening round of the WCHA playoffs with Chris Bergeron, the head coach for the Bowling Green Falcons. And certainly it's been, the second half of the season has been kind of down, but you ended it on an up note against Alabama last week. Does that give you some momentum going into the playoffs, or are you just starting from square one?
No, I think it gives us some momentum. I mean, the college hockey season isn't a professional hockey season of 80 games or 82 games where you just start over come playoffs. I mean, we put ourselves in a good spot here. I do think last weekend gave us some good positive vibes, good momentum coming into this weekend. But we know it's a different opponent. We do know that next weekend isn't guaranteed for either team. That's the difference. But ultimately, we think we've taken a playoff-type mindset the whole year long. Special teams matters, the little details, finishing checks, putting pucks on net, defending, all the things we want to be good at all the time, that we're not going to turn on a light switch and make them more important now. They've been important all year long. So we do feel like last weekend gives us some good positive vibes, but that's about it.
In terms of the overall play of the team last week, were you happy with what they put out? Obviously, I think there's a feeling they'll have to raise the level here in the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll have to raise the level because our opponent's going to be more difficult, and this is a team that plays the game a certain way and really hard and so on. I was happy with the way we played. We scored a bunch on Friday, and we did it early and kind of kept going and got in a little bit of penalty trouble late. Saturday, what I thought we did was we got ourselves a lead. We weren't as good around the other team's net, I didn't think, or our overall play with the puck wasn't as good, but we won a tight checking game, and that's something we had done most of the year. But as you say, the second half has been a little more up and down in that situation, and I think, again, it proves to our guys that we can win a game, a one-goal game going into the third, where the last time we played Northern, we had leads going into the third, weren't able to hold them.
Yeah, well, now that you bring that up, the last series with Northern obviously was a downer. But did you pick up things from that series that can be useful this weekend?
Ultimately, what we picked up was we played pretty well for 4.5 periods out of 6, which is what we thought. We went into the third period both nights with leads. That's obviously a great spot at home. We weren't able to hold them. That was kind of the abnormal weekend for us when it came to that. We're 15-3 and whatever going into the third period with a lead, and that weekend was 2 of our losses. So we're focusing on their tendencies, their system piece from that weekend. The results are what they are, but the process wasn't bad.
Now you mentioned about the playoff mentality, which is a very good thing because in the playoffs you're constantly having to, again, maybe thinking in terms of professional hockey, but you're always losing a game in overtime but having to bounce back and play well again the next night without much time to think about it. It is very similar to what you're going to need now.
Yeah, for sure. And what this group has been, our group, is this is our 6th playoff series in 5 years. I mean, we're kind of playoff tested. You know, everybody made the playoffs in the CCHA. The WCHA is a little bit different, but we've been lucky enough to be in the playoffs the last couple of years. So we've played 5 playoff series in the last 4 years. We've gone up and down. We've lost game 1. We've won game 1, and where the series had to go to 3. So we've kind of been through that. And you know how much I think about experience. You can't teach experience. We're going to have to rely on those experiences to stay real level throughout this series. You can't get too high or too low based on one game, one shift, one period. We've got to just be right in the head, make sure the mentality's right to stay as level as we can throughout the whole series.
No question about it. Your 3 freshmen that achieved WCHA All-Freshman Team merits, and certainly that not only is great for this year, but it certainly bodes well for the future with the young talent you've got.
Yeah, all 3 of them had good years, and we're obviously real proud of them, and I'm happy for them that our league recognized them. You know, it hopefully bodes well for the future. We've got other freshmen that have had good years, just not quite as good as those 3. But, you know, we've had older guys that have kind of do it by committee. I don't want those guys to get overlooked, and I told them that, but it's nice to get recognized with league awards.
Well, now that you mentioned that, it is really something that your team is the 16th best offense in the nation statistically, but you don't have anyone in the top 100 scorers. It really shows that you are a team.
Yeah, and we've been that way the whole time, and that, I think, is one of our strengths. You can't really focus on one guy or one line. If it's not this guy, it's that guy, and that's kind of been the way the whole year's been, and we're going to need that in the playoffs. I mean, there'll be tight checking games. We're going to need guys to step up, maybe guys that we didn't expect.
Yeah, well, that's the way it often happens in playoff hockey. Another parallel there. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Chris Bergeron, the head coach of the Bowling Green Falcons, and we'll be right back.
BCSN is going from your home to your home screen. Now take your favorite live local sports with you wherever you go with the Watch BCSN app. Just download the app, and in moments you'll be streaming the BCSN networks live directly to your smartphone or tablet. Watch BCSN is available for both iOS and Android devices and is free for all Buckeye cable system subscribers.
Back out at the BGSU Ice Arena, no score between Bowling Green and Northern Michigan. Northern Michigan got a little bit of the edge early in the first period because of the penalties, the minor and then the major, but after Bowling Green killed them off, then they started to turn things around, make for a much more even hockey game. We'll take a look at the first period highlights, and right off the start, Dejan Mingo had the puck taken off of him. Tommy Burke made a big save, or it could have been 1-0 early. There's the penalty that was called on Sean Walker that resulted in the major and tossed him out of the game. And they did apply some pressure here. There was probably their best opportunity as John Seymour broke right in, but Tommy Burke has saved the Falcons several times in the hockey game. They got right in alone there, and Michael Doan, when he was called upon, also made some good saves for Northern Michigan. There's one of the best saves, if not the best, that Tommy Burke made throughout the hockey game, except this one perhaps, and he actually got that with his trailing stick. It didn't even hit the crossbar. So a bona fide save there by Burke on a breakaway at the end of the period. And the result, the Falcons still tied with Northern Michigan after one. No score in the hockey game, and we'll be back with second period action coming up.
Want to get back in shape without leaving your living room? BCSN and the YMCA and JCC of Greater Toledo are here to help with your shape up. Whether you're a beginner or advanced athlete, our trained fitness instructors will lead you in the latest cardio, strength training, Pilates, and yoga workouts. Get active with your shape up.
BCSN, available exclusively on Buckeye Cable System, is presented by Ballas Buick GMC, doing business with character. The Andersons, a store like no other. And by TAS Electronics.
Teams back on the ice for the second period. Falcon faithful, even though the students are on spring break, it's a good crowd here tonight. Considering that, and they're whooping it up. The Madhouse on Mercer, as the ice arena has been dubbed. But Eddie Powers, your impressions of that first period?
You know, I really didn't think there was much going on really with either team. I thought there was a couple opportunities for Northern that they had some chances against Burke, who shut the door. The Falcons controlled some situational play down in the Northern end, but really an uneventful first period. I don't know if the Falcons are really happy with what they've done. I'd like to see what kind of adjustments they've made in the first period here and see how they come out as far as energy-wise here in the second period.
However, it was a very quick tempo, so I guess you can say they went nowhere fast in that first period.
Yeah, it was certainly, shots are 9-7, so it was pretty even period, and obviously 0-0 tells you what's going on.
Both teams are good skating hockey teams, and they've been exhibiting that in this game, and maybe they will even more so as we move along. As the Falcons have it off the draw, Nolan Ballou tried to hit a breaking DeSalvo, went off a skate and all the way back to the Falcon end where Mark Friedman is there. Riding it around the boards near side, clamped by Mark Cooper, who starts out to center ice. Cooper over the line, DeSalvo breaking for the net, the shot, the rebound's there. DeSalvo tried to knock it out of the air, but it was gloved skillfully by Michael Doan, and he kills the play.
You know, good play. Hey, you're getting it off the wing, you're getting the puck to the net, you got somebody driving the center of the ice, looking for a rebound, and really it wasn't too far off. The puck popped up in the air. Doan made the save to take away a quality chance. If it lands on the ground, it's right there for the taking.
That's pretty much what you call textbook hockey.
Absolutely. Playoff hockey.
Off the draw, Seymour, he gave it away to Tate. Tate shot it in, and he'll pursue forechecking. Zach Urban around the boards. Vandercook with a good one-touch pass, and they break out quickly. Cross rink for Seymour. Then he hits the trailing Mitch Jones, who put the brakes on in the corner. Tried to shuffle it off behind him up to the point. Zach Urban shot good, right pad save, but the rebound long for Maschmeyer at the point. Good stick handling there in the corner as Northern trying to maintain possession, but it's taken by Mingo. Dejan Mingo for Bowling Green out to center. Here is Tyler Spezia, who is really skating well in the first period. Put the brakes on, dropped it back in the net, accepted by Tate. Tried to cycle it low to Mercier. He threw a check. Jones has it for Northern. They try to stuff it in front. Ballou keeps it in at the line, avoids the offside. Centering pass in between the skates of Kevin Dufour. Vandercook's pass cross rink for Seymour was broken up by Tate, and now it's Delgadillo played it forward. Tate and Mercier trying to get that puck loose. Vandercook off the boards, glove down by Delgadillo, swats it back in.
Yeah, you look at Northern here, they're really trying to get a stretch guy here and try to send him behind Bowling Green. I think it's worked a couple times, and they're looking for more of it.
It worked at the end of the first period. They got that breakaway. Sneaking behind the defense, that whistle. They're going to have a face-off just in center ice on the Northern Michigan side of the rink.
Now, Bowling Green's got to really be careful as far as their back end of making sure they got their head on a swivel and finding the guy coming up ice.
Fired around the boards by Friedman. Check thrown by Mercier, who controlled the puck, then passed it across on his knees to Matt Polkamp. Near side, Mercier tried to go back to the point. He does to Kucera. That shot just went wide. Digging for it, Polkamp, back of the net. Up to the point again to Kucera. Cross rink, Friedman. Nice move as he faked the man out. The shot and a shoulder save there. Puck is still loose. And finally cleared by Robbie Payne, who got faked out of his socks there by Friedman. But he got it up ahead nicely to Zach Diamantoni. Scampers in over the line, tried to get it to a breaking Darren Noack. Out come the Falcons, Friedman to a breaking Kevin Dufour. Dufour trailed in by Murphy, took a shot. Murphy now comes up with it. Hard angle shot, that one goes wide on the boards, up on the glass. Kept in by Mitch McLean. Northern man goes spinning to center ice, but he got it out to Vandercook. DJ Vandercook breaking in. Nearly got a shot, but Delgadillo skated him off. Out comes Mingo. Mingo accelerating up ice. Murphy. But the brakes on, he really got nailed, though, by Luke Eibler. Eibler breaking in, and a blocker saved by Burke again, as Northern had a man flowing in all alone on the goalie. Now McLean the other way with a good stick handling move and a shot. Forces Doan into a big save, and we're going end to end. Center ice, Mingo. Couldn't cut it off. Shot in by Ryan Kesty, the team captain for Northern, who scored the winning goal in the overtime win in the Friday night game in February in the regular season, the first of Northern's 2 victories that weekend.
Certainly see a different tempo now, Greg, don't we?
Oh, we're fast in the first period. They are really fast here in the second. Back for it, Mingo. Delgadillo turning up ice with a good feed to DeSalvo. Gets it to Hawkins on the right wing, winding up, blasting one. And a glove save by Doan, and holds on 4 minutes into the second period, and you would say 4 frantic minutes into the second period.
Yeah, you look at the last 2-3 minutes here, we've had chances at both ends of the ice where it's opening up a little bit more. The guys are getting their feet underneath them. They're certainly moving the puck well, and we're getting chances at each end. Certainly makes for great playoff hockey.
Does it ever. Fire wagon hockey. Seckel out to center ice. That's a term you don't hear much in the National Hockey League. On the right side, and a shot, and Shine ran out of room, but put it in on Burke, who still made the save. And I still say that right now, Burke is the reason that this game is as close as it is.
He certainly looks confident. His angles are well. He's challenging the shooter. Doesn't look like anything's really causing him any trouble. And certainly the Falcon faithful's got to be happy with that.
Again, that last save that he made, when Ivor came in alone, the Northern man checked the Falcon player right off the puck, and they walked in alone. Here's a chance for the Falcons to walk in alone. Cooper got the pass from Ballou, but a good defensive play by Moschmeyer kept him from breaking in, but Cooper forges his way to the front and almost got a shot despite having 3 defenders draped all over him. Pass out to Shine. Centering pass. Nice tip to Suit. For Seckel into the corner. Check thrown by Ballou, back of the net. Shine centered it. Seckel's got a man up at the point to Baker. Baker dropped it back into the corner. Shine on the puck. Centered it, went off the skate of Mitch Jones and rebounded all the way down ice where Luke Eibler has it, who had that great scoring chance earlier in the period. Feathered in by Mitch Jones. Ballou back after it. Checked on the play by Darren Noack. Intercepted by DeSalvo. He shuffles it off, back of the net for Ballou. Good passing work up the ice. Friedman to DeSalvo, but they turn it the other way. Now in transition, Noack back the other way over the line. Trying to go wide on Mingo. That's tough to do. And he took him into the corner. Northern still has the puck, though. Jones has it. Deep slot. Whirling shot through a crowd. And save made there by Burke. And some more excellent second period action. No score. 14:38 to go. Middle period. Game 1 of this playoff series. And here's Ben Murphy for the Falcons. Dropped it for Mingo. Back over for Kucera. Murphy, great cross-ring pass right in the stick of Hawkins. Going for the net, McLean. Shot easily sticked aside by Doan. Murphy in the corner, got it from McLean. Another good pass up high to Mingo. Tipped it. McLean, as they were going for the deflection, nearly got it. And out comes Urban. Good shift there by Murphy. Made a couple of seeing eye passes, and the Falcons ended up with a pretty good scoring chance.
You know, we've been 5 minutes in here in the third period, Greg. It certainly looks to me like both teams have made a issue of trying to get the puck to the net more often. and try to get some traffic there, and I think that we've seen that on both ends of the rink. Here we are, we got 13-12 saves, and we're going to certainly try to do more of that.
Shots evening up a bit after Northern had a sizable early advantage because of the power play time they had. Minor followed by a major. They have definitely had the better of the scoring chances, though. They've had 4 or 5 really good scoring chances, mostly on turnovers that they have turned into breaks. And Bowling Green really hasn't had what I would call a grade A scoring chance yet.
No, not yet at all.
Perhaps with the exception of the play where Tate passed instead of shooting in the first period. And icing was called here, 13:38 to go in the second period. We saw Sean Walker up in the stands, informed him that his check looked pretty good. What do you think about the way that perhaps the hitting is being taken out of the game because of the way that it's being interpreted?
You know, Greg, it's really kind of a touchy situation because, number one, you don't want to see a kid get hurt, and I know that's kind of the way everything's going nowadays, but it's a fantastic game, and hitting is part of the game, and you still like to see that kind of stuff, but you don't want a kid to get hurt.
There's a check on Trends by Mercier. No penalty call there, which by that standard maybe there could have been. Here is Friedman up for Dufour, and it's shot out to center ice by Klimek. Jones over the line. He's got a man open on the left wing. He looked that way and then shot. Fired it wide, and out come the Falcons. Flying out the other way. Dufour up for Mercier. Mercier turned it in front and went off a Baker's stick, and he just taken heavily into the boards. And let's see what's called here.
You know, great centering pass by Mercier there, and he certainly paid the price. I think the captain, Baker, took him into the boards there real hard.
Now, that was not a check from behind, as you see that Mercier had actually turned to his facing when he got taken in hard. Maybe that's the reason for no call there. He was off balance, so it was a very dangerous play at any rate. But the point of emphasis would not apply. Seckel up to center ice. Here's a break for Suit. In alone on Burke. Makes a move to the forehand. He scores. And finally, Northern scores. You give a team 4 or 5 chances to walk in alone, no matter how well your goalie's playing, sooner or later they're going to score one.
You know, sophomore from California there certainly sneaks in on the backside. Goes forehand, backhand, tucks it in either underneath the shoulder or in between there, and makes it 1-0 Northern.
Don't know if he's a soothsayer and predicted a Northern victory, but he took a step toward being a self-fulfilling prophet.
Well, we've seen that already 3 or 4 times, Greg, and it's certainly going to kill the Falcons unless we got our head on a swivel.
Sooth scores to make it 1-0 for Northern Michigan. And I just think that that's something that was waiting to happen, the way this first period was, and first part of the second period was going. Northern was just getting those kinds of chances, and largely due to defensive lapses on the part of the Falcons. The game itself has been pretty even, but the Falcons have been making more mistakes. Hawkinson over the line, dropped it off for Ballou. Great pass, a shot, and Murphy just wide as he one-timed it on a tremendous passing effort. Hawkins in front, that one deflected off of McLean and went wide. Breaks on by Murphy. He was checked by Zach Urban. Ballou moving up in the left point. Comes up with that puck, still controlling it dangerously up high near the blue line, but he kept it from being knocked off his stick. And a potential break going in the other direction.
Best scoring chance by Bowling Green, gains the zone, looks for the backside guy, just misses the play.
Really sharp passing leading up to it. That one in front off of McLean. McLean has really been going in front of the net and getting scoring chances tonight. Sent down the ice, or near scoring chances at least. Icing is called here with 11:34 remaining in the second period. Northern with a well-earned 1-0 lead, looking for their 3rd straight victory on Bowling Green ice.
Hey, real nice answer by Bowling Green. You always want to try to get the momentum back after a goal scored. Gain the zone, they find the trailer who hits the wide guy and just misses an open net.
More textbook hockey. Bingo moved in and they got the puck out, but Kucera over from the opposite side to break up the play. Maschmeyer dancing with the puck. Off the far boards, tipped in. And Northern will go for a full change. There's a check in the corner by Kucera. Good physical defenseman. Won the puck for breaking Brett DeAndrea. Up on the right wing for Tate. He slides it into the corner. Spezia pursuing. He's been playing very well tonight for the Falcons. Won the puck in the corner. DeAndrea back up to the right point for Delgadillo. Ballou left side. His shot knocked down by Sammy Salmonen. Klimek for Northern. Skids it off the boards, back of the net. Trends catches up to it. Checked by Tate. Falcons keeping it in at the blue line. Now it's Mercier. And his pass just drifted off his backhand. He could have had Spezia in the deep slot, but the pass misfired. Delgadillo back. He takes a check by Seckel. Salmonen won the puck, but toppled before he could make a play in front of the net. Puck bouncing, whirling shot by Kesty, and a big save by Burke. Still loose in front. Again, Burke a save. And he rescues the Falcons on 2 more occasions. Spezia shoots it in. Holkamp into the corner, put the brakes on. Battle whipped by Zach Baker. Now Dufour is in, digging for it, comes up with it. Dufour drops it back of the net. Mercier is there. These Frenchmen have been starting to play well. This is the line with Polkamp and the 2 Frenchmen that did so well at the start of the season. They were the hottest line in the country at one point. Eibler far side, out for Seckel. Checked by Mercier, out to center. Friedman for Dufour. Polkamp was waiting for it, never got to him. Baker in over the blue line, and he dropped it back in the net. Here is Kucera. Kucera around the boards for Polkamp. Maschmeyer takes over for Northern. Pass for Jones at center ice, breaks on, and he hit Vandercook, caught it in his skates nicely, dropped pass back. Diamantoni with a shot, and a great save by Burke. Put in front, far side, Vandercook trying to keep it in, got there, Baker at the point. Over for Diamantoni. Diamantoni, he was checked into the glass. Falcons trying to just keep them along the boards, not let anything spring in front. But here's Mitch Jones now. Mercier skated him off. Jones got a step for a moment, then went down. Shot in front, that was blocked. Polkamp trying to get a stick on it, but Maschmeyer kept it in the zone. Diamantoni back of the net. Tried to make a move on Friedman, handed it off nicely to Vandercook. Northern throwing the puck around well, like they're on a power play, even though it's even strength right now. But the Falcons finally take advantage of a small miscue and clear it down ice.
Hey, great job by Burke there in goal. Stopped 2 of the best chances here in the period. The junior from Casca, Minnesota is certainly carrying the Falcons right now as of late.
Honestly, if it wasn't for him, I think Northern would have a pretty good lead. And here they come again. Shine on the right wing. Mingo cut him off at the pass. Shine tried to go across. Burkle did a good job coming back. Had Seckel all wrapped up. Seckel got it, sent it for Shine. And he was checked by Mingo. Out come the Falcons. Burkle couldn't catch up to it. Here is Delgadillo. Circling, and whistle stops the play. And we have a timeout on the ice. 8:08 to go. A very quick hockey game. 1-0 Northern Michigan leading.
Year.
And we are back. 1-0 Northern Michigan leading Bowling Green, joined by Athletic Director Chris Kingston, who reports that his team's basketball game won a championship tonight. Right in front, and a save made by Burke again. And the net is taken off. Payne trying to untangle himself with the goalie. Burke has saved the Falcons at least a half dozen times tonight. Here's another opportunity for a clear break.
You watch it here. Burke barely gets his left pad down here on the rebound and just saves a goal.
tell you, this game is on the verge of breaking open for Northern Michigan unless the Falcons tighten up. Burke has been the man of the hour so far. Cleared out to center ice. Tate up forward, DeAndrea. A shot and a save by Doan, and he just holds on. He hasn't had to make a lot of tough saves in this game, but he hasn't made any mistakes either.
Yeah, Bowling Green's been most successful when they got the puck deep. They've cycled it well and tried to get pucks in net and get a crowd. It's been few and far between lately. Northern is applying that same principle at our end of the rink and certainly making some headway there. And I'll tell you, if it wasn't for Tommy Burke, it's a 2-3-4 goal against game.
Face off to the left of Doan. McLean and Salmonen on the draw. Won by Northern. Maschmeyer played it up left wing. Lost it. Murphy got back to break up Kesty's pass, and now McLean in over the line. He left it for Murphy. Puck was bouncing. They couldn't control it. Out to center ice. Salmonen's got it. In over the blue line. Made a move, but a good stick check by Valou. Good pass by Hawkins. Almost got it on a breaking McLean stick, but broken up at the last moment. Shot in, and Burt covers it up with 7:13 to go in the second period. Falcons almost took a page out of the Northern book and got a guy behind the defense.
You know, we're just trying to get some type of momentum here. If you really look at Northern's game, though, they probably outshot us by 5 or 6 shots here this period, and certainly controlled the play in the second period. Not what Bowling Green wants to see, but certainly there's plenty of time left in the game. We just got to get some momentum going.
You know, if you were counting top-level scoring chances, I'd say it's about 6 or 7 to nothing for Northern Michigan.
We really haven't had a lot of good shots.
The territorial play has not been one-sided, but Northern's getting those breaks, and the Falcons aren't so far. And
I would
Burke has
think,
been playing really well.
You know, Northern coming in here, hey, they know they're coming into a hospital environment. Bowling Green's a great place to play. It's got an unbelievable environment, unbelievable atmosphere. They're trying to shorten the game. They're trying to make their chances count, and they've certainly done that.
Mercier stepping in against Mitch Jones. Falcons won the draw back to Mingo. Threw it on goal. Save almost lost. The rebound did Doan, but then he drew it in with his stick and took another face-off.
Nice draw back to Mingo. We got to find a way to somehow get one of our forwards in front of the goalie to either create a screen or get a rebound chance. We just never could get there.
John Mingo started in the program as a forward. Converted him to a defenseman earlier this year. He's still kind of learning the instincts of a defenseman, but certainly has all the earmarks of a good rushing defenseman. Has already the instincts for jumping into the play, creating that 4-man attack. Icing is called here.
Yeah, I would think with Mingo, you take a look at his skill set as far as his skating, his passing, his shooting, and all that kind of stuff. He was a kid that you could put at either position and be serviceable for the Falcons. You look at him back here; he certainly can skate, move the puck, and create odd man rushes and make some things happen.
Played the point on the power play a lot and relished that, so he had some introduction to playing back there on the blue line. Kucera chops it in, glove down by Keebler. Murphy moves in on him. We work it up the boards out to center ice. Kucera back for Mingo, exchanging passes nicely with Kucera, and he gets it ahead to Burkle. Burkle now forced to pull up in the corner. Great pass across. Mingo sets up Kucera. Shot down the middle. Too many bodies in front. That puck couldn't get through, but the Falcon player gets set down. And I believe there's going to be, well, we'll see. The Falcon fans are howling for a Northern penalty. I don't think we're going to see one, though.
I think the Northern guy's going there. A great play.
Yes, they are.
Found a way to get the puck to the center of the ice. You had 2 guys in front of the net, which we were just talking about. You got to get traffic. Throw the puck to the net, create an odd man rush, and you get Northern taking the guy out.
To me, that's a lot more of a major penalty than the one we saw on Sean Walker.
Well, I think
ran at him. He took a cross check at him.
They're probably not going to call that, but I agree with you. It was a good cross check, trying to protect your goalie. But that's what Bowling Green needs to do as far as traffic and getting pucks to the net.
He hit him from the front, not the back, but nonetheless, it was a violent check. So the Falcons with the power play, and here's where they really need to come back in this hockey game. Murphy through center ice, shooting it in. back up the boards and could not be trapped by McLean, and Kesty shoots it down the ice.
You know, Greg, they had trouble in the first period on their power play as far as dump-ins and retrievals, and that's the thing that's going to set up their opportunities here. They need to make sure they have proper dump-ins, they have guys out manning the puck, and they get good retrievals.
McLean steered it back of the goal. DeSalvo's got it. Other side for Murphy. Below the goal line for McLean, but he couldn't trap it. Maschmeyer getting over there. He's checked on the play by DeSalvo. They keep it in the zone. Murphy hustling after it against Kesty. Rode him hard to the boards. Ended up getting it back. Friedman at the point now for Hawkins. He lets one go. Big save, open net. But he got it with his left pad before any Falcon player could get a stick to it. And that's one of the Falcons' best scoring chances they've had.
Absolutely. They finally got some space and went D to D there, opened up the defense, got the puck to the net, and got the rebound guys right where they needed to be. Just didn't get enough wood on it. Doan gets his left pad to make the save.
Fans were screaming when they saw that wide open net, but no Falcon player could get to it. Off the draw, Ballou for Mercier. Back of the net, Tate for Dufour. Good pass up high to Ballou. Fake the shot. Cooper off the boards, left side, top of the circle. Tate, Falcons flinging it around, looking for that good chance, and that pass, though, misfired and allowed Soof to get it down the ice. They had a good pattern going on the power play, but that one pass allowed Northern the free clear.
Northern certainly looks like they're kind of challenging the top of the umbrella there versus Bowling Green, causing them a little bit of problems once they set it up.
Ballou. Mercier couldn't catch it in the skate. Baker lofts it down the ice. And Ballou retreats for it. And that will do it for the power play.
Couple good chances, much more zone time than the first power play they had earlier in the last period.
Bowling Green 0 for 3 on the power play tonight. Murphy with a chance, a shot, and a save again. And the Northern players again reacting as though Burkle was charging the goalie, but they break everything up. Timeout on the ice. 4:14 to go. Second period. 4:14. Bowling Green trailing 1-0. Spezia stepping into the face-off circle against Jones. He's got his game face on, as do all the players here. They've been really going at it tonight. Mingo back after it. Diamantoni putting the heat on him. Turned it out for Kucera to Burkle. For Polkamp, trying to get a step on Maschmeyer. Put the brakes on nicely to win himself some space. Shot it on goal, and again, Doan is there. He's a big goalie, Doan. 6'4", 214, and he can cover a lot of the net. It's hard to beat him from well out like that.
Yeah, I really like the play from Polkamp there on the half wall. Kind of creates some time and space there on the half wall, throws the puck to the net. Spets is right in front of the goalie. Any kind of rebound, that's what chances you're going to get.
Falcons win the draw. Friedman back of the net. Baker volleys it up the boards, kept in by Ballou. Hawkins swung at it, missed, but he got it deep for Murphy. Murphy threw it in front. Eibler blocked it. Out comes Payne. Sent in by Noack. Friedman against him. They jar each other in the corner. Ballou for Bowling Green. And we've got a whistle and a hand pass. And they'll face it off in the Bowling Green end.
The last couple times down there against Northern Michigan, Greg, you take a look at the net front presence that we've had in front of Doane. You notice that almost always we have at least one forward going to the net, trying to either create a screen or be there for a rebound. I think those are the kind of things that are going to make them successful.
This game started an hour and 15 minutes ago, shot to save, and we've got 3 minutes left in the second period. Unbelievable tempo. Here is Hawkins now right up the middle, and he missed that shot wide, going after it, and he couldn't tuck it past Doane. Still has it again. Hawkins up high. Delgadillo going for the tip, went through everyone, but Doane was there again. Taking away that lower part of the net. Out to center ice with a good pass, accepted by Moschmeyer. He's got Seckel, dropped it off, tried to redirect it off the pass from Sooth, but he just missed. Northern coming close again.
Nice play by Northern, guy going to the net, just missed him on the backside. Great opportunity.
Murphy for the Falcons. Caught in the skates by Cooper. Cooper sent it into the corner. He goes after it against Baker. 2.5 minutes to go in the period. Baker threw a check right out in front there for Burkle. And he had the open corner, but he just shot it wide. Falcon fans thought it was a tie hockey game there for a moment. Now they got another chance. Lobbed in by Delgadillo. Tipped. And a save again by Doane. And that was a very tough save for the goalie because the puck radically changed direction.
Great play by DeSalva there, reads the play. He comes in off the left wing there, sees that it's going to go around the inboards there, picks off a pass, throws it out to Burkle, almost gets the first goal for the Falcons.
So look at that tip by Cooper. That thing was going 10 feet wide and then ended up almost going in. Similar to the kind of goal that Finley scored to win their district semifinal hockey game.
We're not going to talk about that, Greg.
Yeah, all right.
Nice
a big check there. Mingo goes down. There is DeAndrea. Back of the net. Mingo. John Seymour takes over. Slid it out on the left wing. Noack after it against Friedman. Noack still with it. Dropped it back of the net. DeAndrea from Mingo, but he lost it back of the goal to Noack, centered. Almost found Seymour. That shot goes wide by Zach Urban, and Brent Tate finally clears. Here's a chance for Spezia. He took it off of Moschmeyer, but Moschmeyer rubbed him out on the boards. Moschmeyer, long pass. He gets it ahead to Noack. Warded off by Delgadillo, who just took him to the ice there with a wrestling move. Out to center. Mercier over the line. He dropped it into the corner. Minute 15 to go, second period, 1-0 Northern Michigan. Long pass to Montoni. Baloo stopped him, deep slot shot, and Kesty had his shot blocked by Delgadillo. And he got it up in his equipment long enough to induce the whistle before the puck came loose. Delgadillo has played well. He has had to fight for his ice time since joining the program, but he's definitely a very mobile hockey player, and he's been playing well the last few weeks when he has gotten the call.
Good job there by Jose. He recognized the stretch pass on that last rush, closed the gap, and prevented a good scoring chance.
Into the corner. Last minute of the second period. A real battle royal here at the BGSU Ice Arena. Shot through by Baker, stopped by Burke, and a hassle in front of the net. And we've really got an energetic third period looming here.
Definitely look at both squads are trying to get the puck in the net, trying to get some traffic in front of the net. Last shot there by Northern gets to Burke, who covers it up. Give Delgadillo a penalty after the play. Tries to get the guy out of the way, and seems to be that's what they're calling, Greg.
Oh, that could be a very bad time penalty for the Falcons here. As there's still a minute to go. And a glove saved there by Burke.
Kind of a questionable call. You kind of look at some of the other hits that have been happening tonight. I don't know if it really warranted, but obviously the guys making the calls.
They made that one. Northern Michigan under third power play opportunity of the night. Of course, one of them was the major, so in essence, more like the fifth power play opportunity. But a cross shot and a one-timer drilled wide by Shine. If Northern could get a goal here on the power play, it's a totally different hockey game in the third period. Burkle, first the Falcons for the top penalty killing team in the nation, and here they go on the attack, as they're also apt to do when they're shorthanded. Burkle and DeSalvo, shot in a right pad save by Doan. But that serves the purpose of killing off most of the time in the second period, but back they come. Second with the shot, huge save by Burke, deep slot rebound. Burkle can't get it out, and Burke had to make, as he did at the end of the first period, a tremendous stop to keep Northern from opening up the margin. And at the end of two, the Northern Michigan Wildcats lead the Falcons 1-0. We'll be back with our second intermission.
One, two, three, 1, 2.
Good stick handling move. He goes wide, right out in front. He scores!
Everybody in the Northwest Hockey Conference Red Division has at least one state championship, and I think they're all contenders this year.
Back at the BGSU Ice Arena, 1-0 Northern Michigan leading Bowling Green, and with freshman defenseman Nolan Ballou for the Falcons, a really high-energy hockey game. It's playoff hockey here, and very important that you kill off the rest of this penalty going into the third period.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely tough, though, losing Sean Walker so early, but it's part of the adversity that we're going to face on a nightly basis now that it's playoffs, so hopefully we can adapt pretty quick here.
Well, that was really big, killing off that major penalty. Talk about the effectiveness killing penalties, because you've been a big part of that as well for the team all year.
It's more of a willingness. You got to be able to and want to block some shots. It's easy to get out of the way when you know someone's got a big shot, so it's more of a willingness thing, and a lot of our guys have been pretty good with that so far.
You were named to the all-freshman team in the WCHA along with Brandon Hawkins and your defense partner Mark Friedman. That's got to be very satisfying.
Oh yeah, it's definitely kind of cool. I had no idea. Coach Bergeron just kind of pulled us aside yesterday and told us, and it was kind of cool.
The fact that both you and Mark Friedman made it, I think that shows that you've worked together as a tandem very well this year.
Yeah, we're pretty offensive-minded D, so we like to get involved in the offense, obviously, and I don't know, I guess it's a lot more noticeable being offensive than more than defensive. So.
But you haven't been caught too much either. You got 3 more years of work with him. You really get to know each other well.
Yeah. I don't know if I can handle 3 more years with Freeds.
well, good luck with that, and good luck for the rest of the hockey game, and hopefully you can pull it out in the third period.
Yeah, hopefully. Thanks.
Nolan Ballou of the Bowling Green Falcons, and we'll be right back. Back here at the BGSU Ice Arena as Bowling Green taking on Northern Michigan in the first round of the WCHA playoffs, and with head coach Walt Kyle of Northern Michigan. And we didn't get a chance to talk to you after the last time you were here, but that was quite a comeback you pulled off, being down 3-0 at one point, 3-1 into the third, 2 late goals to win. And I would guess that maybe that has to give you some confidence. You swept the Falcons last time you were here.
Well, I think, I think it's one of these coaches, each game kind of stands alone. I think we were fortunate. We caught some breaks in that game, and in that weekend, our goaltender played exceptionally well. It's a new game. It's the playoffs. They've had a great year, and we know we're going to have to earn everything we get in this building.
Does it help in terms of confidence or anything else that you have the success that you had here during the regular season?
I think we've been so beat up all year. We started the year out exceptionally well. We were going really good, and then we just went through a slew of, we're almost 120, 130 man games missed. And for the group of guys that we had here to pull that off and to do that, I think they did a great job. But we have we're starting to get some of our guys back that were injured now, and we're a little bit different team than we were then. I think it does give the guys that were here some confidence, and I think some belief that we can do it. But really, we know that every minute of each game is going to be hard fought.
Well, thinking back to that comeback victory, 2 goals in a row by Reed Seckel in that game, who's been one of your top offensive players. His numbers maybe didn't reflect it as much at that time, but getting big goals like that, and there's always the thought that guys with great talent, they can come to the forefront in games like this.
I think you find out in playoffs that, if you're going to have success, your best players have to be your best players. Reed was outstanding in that series. We expect Reed to be one of our top players every night. He certainly has tremendous effort. He creates chaos whenever he's out there. And if those guys on my team have those efforts tonight, then we'll be in good shape.
Since the Bowling Green series, where you came and won 2 games, it's been a little bit of a tough stretch. You lost 2 to Michigan Tech. They're a great hockey team, obviously ranked number 4. But in terms of wins and losses, it hasn't been the greatest since then. Is that because you've been just injured, or just having trying to get everybody together? Or is it just you've been playing all right but just didn't get the results?
Well, we lost 3 guys in that Saturday game here. And so the next weekend against Lake State, we were playing down. But, the reality is the guys that are in there have to be responsible for winning games, and we didn't get it done. We won, I think, a Friday night against Lake State, then lost on Saturday, and then give Michigan Tech credit, a very good hockey team. But you have to be accountable for your actions. We got to win games.
Are you reasonably healthy now, relatively speaking, compared to what you've been all season long coming into tonight?
Well, we're not going to get any healthier. This is as good as it gets. So.
All right, what about the kind of hockey you're expecting here? Obviously, 2 good skating teams with a lot of skill, high tempo. You played at before, more of that?
Well, we played these guys before in the playoff, 2 series in our building. They beat us both times. And I think we're familiar with the style Chris is going to play and how hard his teams are going to compete for him. So we know it's going to be a hard-fought series, and every inch of ice is going to be contested.
Is there the thought that, hey, they came to our place and beat us in the playoffs a couple of times, we'd like to do it to them?
Not really. I mean, they're 2 different teams, 2 different sets of people. There's only one group of guys here that were even around then, so really not much thought to that.
I'm sure that regardless of what the motivation is, you come out and play as hard as you possibly can. Good luck. We're looking forward to a good series.
Thank you.
Walt Kyle of the Northern Michigan Wildcats, and we'll be right back.
Hit the ice with BCSN and the Toledo Walleye all this winter. With sudden death goals, clutch shutouts, and hard-hitting action, BCSN will take you inside the arena for every walleye home game all this season. Don't miss a moment of excitement this season only on BCSN.
Yeah, there's a real Falcon fan for you. Certainly got the colors on. And they're going to need all the moral support they can get in the third period as Northern Michigan leading 1-0 after 2 here at the BGSU Ice Arena. And really, I think Northern's control of that second period was even greater than in the first period as they continued to get the good scoring opportunities. But this time, they got the goal. The Falcons got some shots on Doan, but a lot of them from well out. He was well positioned, and then they were able to clear the rebounds. Here is Suth breaking in the goal. He went to his forehand. Burt got a big piece of it, but it bounded across to give Northern the lead. And most of Northern's good chances have been right in alone on Tommy Burke. There's another good one. He made 2 saves there. Falcons came back out in transition. They really started to put the pressure on in the power play. There's Ivor. He got called for that penalty. The Falcons now have had a man advantage. They came probably the closest during the hockey game there when they had a wide open net, but never could get anybody in position. And then this really severe angle deflection almost slipped past Doan, but he was able to hold on. And now Northern Michigan on the power play for 1:06 into the third period. 1-0 to score. Northern Michigan leading Bowling Green after 2.
BCSN is going from your home to your home screen. Now take your favorite live local sports with you wherever you go with the Watch BCSN app. Just download the app, and in moments you'll be streaming the BCSN networks live directly to your smartphone or tablet. Watch BCSN is available for both iOS and Android devices and is free for all Buckeye cable system subscribers.
Want to get back in shape without leaving your living room? BCSN and the YMCA and JCC of Greater Toledo are here to help with your shape up. Whether you're a beginner or advanced athlete, our trained fitness instructors will lead you in the latest cardio, strength training, Pilates, and yoga workouts. Get active with your shape up.
everybody in the Northwest Hockey Conference Red Division has at least one state championship, and I think they're all contenders this year.
BCSN, available exclusively on Buckeye Cable System, is presented by PNC Bank for the achiever in you, and by Yark Automotive, just what you're looking for.
Ready for the third period. Matt Polkamp's got some fans out here, and a lot of Falcon fans hoping to pull their team through in the third period of this first game of the best-of-3 series. Of course, the Falcons twice before, and they beat Northern Michigan in playoff series. They lost the first game on the road both times. They came back and won the series, so certainly tonight isn't going to decide the whole thing. Nonetheless, very important to get the jump. Falcons out shooting Northern Michigan 25-21, but that's extremely deceptive because in terms of quality shots, Northern Michigan, I think, with a huge advantage.
Yeah, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, Greg, but didn't Northern come back in the last few games and beat BG in the third period? So it's time for the Falcons to kind of give them a little taste of their own medicine.
Little payback time, that's
yeah.
right. The last time they were here, Bowling Green led 3-0. They led 3-1 going into the third period, and then they just played a tentative third period trying to hold on to the lead, and Northern scored 3 times and won the game, so the Falcons hoping for a reversal of the script. But Tommy Burke has played an outstanding hockey game, and the Falcons still being in this one is directly attributable to the way he has played.
He's certainly given them a chance to win, and let's see what happens here in the third period.
That's all you can ask of your goalkeeper, and he certainly provided it. Here we go. 58 seconds left of a power play for Northern Michigan. They try to gun it into the zone to hit the linesman. Jones got it in the corner, back up for Sooth. Maschmeyer was bouncing on him and ended up at center ice. Shine in the neutral zone. Drops it deftly into the corner. And then he ends up winning the punt. Almost a wraparound opportunity for him. Falcons tried to clear, but Friedman missed on it. And now it's Sooth up high. Maschmeyer, Northern, throwing that puck around well. 25 seconds in the power play and counting. Looking for one good scoring chance before the expiration of the time. Shine up high, dropped it off for Sooth. Cross rink, intercepted by Friedman, and he steered it out for DeSalvo. And that should kill the penalty with less than 10 seconds remaining.
Good start for the Falcons. Pressured the puck in certain situations there on the penalty kill, and was able to get a turnover and get the dump.
That was job one. Kill the rest of that penalty, they did it. Now they've got to job number 2, which is to tie this hockey game. Diamantoni over the line to the trailer. Kesty with a shot, big save. And Diamantoni couldn't get the rebound. Another huge save by Tommy Burke.
Great save by Burke. I don't know if he really saw it, caught it off the top shoulder. Made a phenomenal save to keep this at a 1-goal game.
Selmanen in front, couldn't tuck it by. Out comes Spezia. Breaking out the other way, a big hit from Eibler. He got the puck in. Falcons making a change. Official goes down. 2 other players went down. Crowd is reacting to that. Falcons coming up now. Hawkins took the pass at 3-on-2 over the line. Shot and a save made by Doan again. Most of the Falcon shots have been well out where Doan can see the puck. Ballou put it in. That was blocked. Whirling shot Hawkins. That one wide to the left. Murphy couldn't get to it. And out comes John Seymour. His pass out for Payne. Take the shot. Going wide around Delgadillo. They called it on the offside, or they called down ice.
Looks to me like they might have got a bench penalty here. Somebody was screaming something from the bench. I think they got him for misconduct.
And all the din, I can't believe they could hear anything that was shouted. But Baker going off, and that's definitely not the kind of thing that Northern needed with them in good control of the hockey game right now.
There was some stuff going behind the play there down at this end, Greg. The guy got up, and you could see him yelling at the ref. I don't know if it was there, but when he got to the bench, and he continued it, but I think that's where it all started.
Yeah, first the official went down, then a player on each team, but I'll say this, you're leading on the road 1-0 third period of a playoff game. Concentrate on the hockey game.
Yeah, so it's our captain Baker in the bench. It gets him off for 10 minutes. Certainly helps the Falcons to take a captain away from the other team, but doesn't necessarily penalize the Northern.
Yeah, so they still skating 5-on-5. There's a shot blocked by Moschmeyer. Baker is a key cog on that defense. It's been so effective tonight. This Bowling Green's already down an excellent defenseman in Sean Walker, who was thrown out of the game early. Kucera with a shot blocked in front. Minute misconduct at 2:20. Here is DeSalvo at center ice, sneaking his way through the middle, and Seckel got called for taking him down for tripping. And Northern is of the opinion that that is somewhat of a borderline call, but a big opportunity for the Falcons. Seckel shaking his head ever so slightly, seeing he thought maybe DeSalvo embellished that a bit. He might have a case, actually.
Yeah, hey, you know, either way, you're 3 minutes into the third period. You got the captain off for 10 minutes for misconduct. You got one of their top players off for a penalty here. Falcons are on the power play. This is a key time of the game.
No doubt. Emphatically so. They have not looked effective on the power play so far, but Northern is an excellent penalty-killing team. 18th in the country in that category. Both teams have shown their penalty-killing expertise throughout the evening. Here is Hawkins. So Salvo got a stick knocked out of his hand, and we're going to have a penalty, a slash on Northern Michigan, and the Falcons are going to have a lengthy two-man advantage now as Eibler is going off.
You look at this opportunity that the Falcons right here have right now. You got a 5-on-3. They need to make sure that they gain the zone. They're skating the puck into the zone. They get traffic in front of the net. They find a way to get the puck in the net and outnumber them. Right here is obviously, like we talked about, is a key to the game. This even makes it more important.
Now this is a potentially game-changing moment. Let's take a look here. Look at the right of your screen. Hard to see a slash there, but obviously the stick was thrust out of DeSalvo's hands. They fake across to Friedman. Hawkins, and he couldn't get the tip by McLean. Murphy moving in across. Hawkins, heavy shot, and a stop there by Doan. Up high to Friedman. He's got a heavy shot too. He put it in. Shot wide. Target practice for the Falcons. Out for Hawkins. Right side Murphy. Face-off circle. Pass it back across. Hawkins couldn't contain it. 1:05 left in the two-man advantage. Hawkins, edge of the circle, holding the puck. Murphy, up high, shot it down the middle, and again McLean trying to wreak havoc in front and redirect that puck. Friedman across a Hawkins shot, and that was wide from short range. They keep it in the zone. Hawkins, Murphy to the right side, maneuvering, shooting it, it's loose, and wide of the net. Murphy scored many times from that spot on the ice. Near side, Suit getting over, and he sprays it down the ice. 25 seconds in the 5-on-3, 50 seconds in the power play.
Great movement by the Falcon power play. Certainly had McLean in front, looking for the backdoor cross ice. One-time pass. Here we go on another rush.
Baloo over the line. The crowd's really into it. Drop pass back to Cooper. Mercier, Cooper with a bomb. That one well wide. Mercier scrambling to keep it in. He does. Near side corner, back up high. Baloo maneuvering with the puck, moving in, shooting it, and too much traffic in front. Cooper had a big check there from Reed Seckel, and that allowed Northern to get to it and clear it down the ice. Seckel knocked over a big boy, and Cooper bowled him over.
Cooper didn't see him coming, walked right into a check and knocked him right into next door.
To Dufour at the line. He got stopped. Penalties are over. The Falcons unable to take advantage despite a number of good shots and good puck movement, as you mentioned. Maybe that'll at least get some momentum going for them. Holtkamp getting over prevented Seckel from escaping the zone. Two men digging. Tate, he was taken down. That could have been a penalty call, but right after the Falcon power plays, you may not see that call made. Dufour with a backhander, and saved by Doan. Out scurries Seckel to center ice. Seckel making some good moves, but he got stripped of the puck. Recaptured, pass across. Jones just couldn't catch up to that feed from Payne. Burke cleared that one to the back of the net. Here is Payne walking in front. Short side save by Burke. Payne up high, trends in front. Seckel had the upper corner, but Mingo managed to ward him off. Seckel's got it again. Deep slot, backhander, taken by Ivor. That one blocked by Dufour. That one dribbles wide of the net. Northern all over the Falcons now. Eibler, left point, cross rink, right there. Payne waiting, drew it back. Mingo got it off the stick at the last moment. And Burke covers it up with 3:23 to go. Wild action in the third period. Still 1-0 Northern Michigan. Timeout on the ice. It was big for Northern to kill a 5-on-3, but the way they came back with a great shift after that was also big for them.
Yeah, certainly they got to be happy about the way they responded. Hey, 5-on-3s are big in the game. They killed that. They came back and got a couple quality chances here right after that, and certainly have the momentum right now. Turnover right there.
Too many of those tonight for the Falcons. Diamantoni, a pass across. That would have been extremely dangerous if Seymour had been able to reel that one in. That just shows it's not just coach speak to say that a penalty is an opportunity to gain some momentum in order to use that to take the initiative back in the hockey game. Burkle down low, trends around the board. That having been said, the Falcons really got a lot of shots at Doan. You get the feeling if they can just keep doing that, sooner or later they might just find the back of the net. Spezia getting over. Put the brakes on. Spezia stapled to the boards by two players. Klimek played it around to the near side. Northern Michigan. Check there, jamming man into the boards. Spezia on his way back to the bench. Now Kucera with it up for Hawkins. Hawkins over the blue line. Pass for DeSalvo. Long shot. That one well wide. In comes Friedman. Friedman tried to drop it in the corner, but he couldn't get it deep and sent down the ice. Kucera back for it. This will go for icing with 12:09 remaining in the third period. You had a chance to talk with Chris Pinkston, the athletic director, and I want you to tell everybody what you were asking him about.
I talked to athletic director Chris Pinkston about a book that I'm being a part of right now, and we're putting together a book with a professor in the sports management department named Ray Schneider on the 1984 national championship team, and that's coming about. He really wasn't familiar with it, so we're trying to fill him in on that. Yeah, and it's going to be a great thing for the community. And we'll try to get some more information about that as time goes on, but right now, big things going on this ice. Sent down. After it goes. Friedman. Back of the net. 11:50 remaining. Here is Hawkins. Around the boards. He sent down the ice. And this will go for an icing call. So give you just a little bit more time to talk about the book. Yeah, it was something that we put together just looking back at the 30-year anniversary last summer. We met with all the guys in Lake Placid, and we were able to contact 23 out of the 26 players and get their stories along with 27 of the community and athletic directors and Jerry York and Buddy and all the coaching staff. So it's going to really kind of be an inside look at that season, that game, and all that entails of what a wonderful year that was. You said you learned a lot that you didn't even know. Oh yeah, it was very interesting. Here's a great pass. Murphy in with a shot. He was sent in by Hawkins, and again Doan made the fine save, and Murphy is a guy who can pick a corner. But again, you know, with all the talk about Burke, Doan has played a very, very good game in goal as well. He's just hardly ever made a mistake, and that's one of his best saves of the night, if not his best I mean, Doan's 6'4". If you look at the positioning he just had on that last shot, he's outside the top of the blue. There's no chance that there's any room to shoot at. Done a phenomenal job. Hasn't given up a ton of rebounds. We're trying to find a way to crack him.
That's the first time all night Bowling Green's gotten behind the Northern Michigan defense. Northern Michigan has gotten in alone on Burke a half dozen times. And that might be the key to the hockey game right there. The one time they scored was when they did get behind the Falcon defense. Here is Northern coming out. Cross-wing pass, Seckel. Checked by Delgadillo. Seckel one-handed it forward to Shine. Mingo gets there first. You have to be careful with that puck there. Delgadillo came over to help. Mingo played it over to the near side for Polkamp. Polkamp out to center. Eibler intercepted from Mercier. Long shot. Burke juggled it, but kept it out. Fought the puck a little that time, but did the job. Mercier turning with it. 10.5 minutes to go in regulation. Out for Tate. Falcons are going for a change, so they'll have to try to shoot it in, but he didn't get it in. Diamantoni the other way against Valou. They stop him, but he got it forward to Payne. Out to center. Payne lost it to Burkle. Burkle turning back with it. Left it for Nolan Valou. Valou on the left wing. Forward. Diamantoni broke it up. Back for it, Mark Friedman. Midway through the third period. Northern holding on to a precarious 1-0 lead. DeSalvo trying to do something about that now. Over the line, he's got room, he shot it! And just over the top, a riser. Another one in on goal, Doan, and that's what Doan's been doing. He has not been juggling or losing anything, and he's killing the play, and that's been very important. Timeout on the ice, 9:52 to go. Northern leading 1-0 over Bowling Green. .52 to go. Third period. Here is Valou for the Falcons with a shot in the front of the net. Screen Cooper, and it's skittered wide. Out in front again, backhand shot Hawkins, and another save by Doan. He is so big, he takes up so much net. How are you going to beat him?
Well, I'll tell you what, they finally got the puck down low to Cooper, right in front of the net on a rebound. He was able to get a forehand backhand, pull it, try to tuck it up in the, right underneath the bar. Wasn't able to do it. Those are the kind of opportunities that Bowling Green needs to look for.
Hawkins stepping into the face-off circle. Draw was won by Northern. Eibler around the boards. Get it up to the blue line, not across. Of course, tonight, if the game goes overtime, they'll play to a decision, not just 5 minutes. So the night could be still very young. Right in front, Cooper with a shot, and that was blocked by Moschmeyer in front as he lashed it toward the goal, and again Doan makes a save on a long shot from Valou. And stopping the play, the Falcons' shot on goal advantage has ballooned to 34-25, but Doan has repelled all 34 shots, and Cooper, he really picked a side there, but Moschmeyer, I believe, took the goalie off the hook that time.
Yeah, good opportunities. I like the pressure that we got going on right now. Certainly Bowling Green looks like they're putting the pressure towards the Northern Michigan net and making some things happen here. We got 9:17 left.
This has been a great playoff hockey game. They almost lost it again. Right out in front, McLean scores! And the madhouse on Mercer goes wild. great play by Kucera to keep the puck from being cleared and maybe a break in the other direction. They get it down. We said McLean's played a really good game in front of the net all night. He got rewarded for it.
You know, great play by Kucera. The puck was coming out. He just poked it in to keep it in the zone, was able to get the puck to the net. McLean battled for a rebound, put the puck right underneath the 5-0 or underneath the left pad. 1-1 tie.
Not only did Kucera hold the puck in, he got it over to Polkamp, who made a one-time shot. And McLean for the rebound. And you kind of sensed that it was going to have to be a rebound goal or a tip goal to get it past Doan. And here we are, 1-1. Shot by Burkle. That was blocked in front. Falcons with the momentum now. See if they can come right back on him. Kucera with a shot that goes wide. They clear it out. Kucera, who got an assist last week, has now got another one on a tremendous effort. With 8:44 to go in the third period, it's 1-1 tie, and the Falcons kept the momentum going in that following shift.
We got 8:44 to go here. Like I said, hey, the whole point is getting the puck to the net, trying to create traffic. They did that in that last shift. They got another face-off here, see if they can do it again.
And that shot goes wide. Falcons going with 5 defensemen because of the absence of Sean Walker, who got taken out of the game early. And, of course, Baker in the box. So right now, Northern's going with 5 defensemen. Back of the net, Trends against Murphy. Murphy threw a check. Cooper's there for Murphy in the corner. Murphy trying to shield that puck and maintain control of it. Working his way to the front, stripped away. Back of the goal now. Hustling over is Valou. Valou trying to dispossess Payne. Got it back to the point. Murphy faked the shot. Great move. Murphy on his knees. Hoisted it toward the net. It goes wide. But that would have been another highlight reel goal for Murphy if he could have picked the corner. Sent in by Payne. He's already had 2 or 3 of them this year.
Cooper right in front of the net, occupying the defenseman and the goalie's attention. Almost was able to get a great shot right from his knees.
Sooth checked Mercier. Friedman near side. Long pass off of Sooth's skate. Into the corner. Tracking it down. They try to get it out, and Seckel breaks away with it. Seckel in over the line. Drop pass back. McLean coming back well to break it up from Shine. Here's Mercier. Holtkamp on the left wing, pass too far in front of him. Hustling back, Urban. He got really hammered by Mercier. Out comes Northern in the other direction. We're going end-to-end. Seckel with a pass. Moschmeyer trying to break through. Delgadillo broke it up. Out comes DeSalvo. Scampering to center ice. Spezia joining the play. DeSalvo trying to pirouette, but Idler would have none of that. And back comes Seckel the other direction on the right wing. Made a move. 4 Falcons converge on him, and back comes Burkle. Burkle trying to go wide. Dropped it into the corner, pursuing against Trends. Action really picking up here after the Falcons tie the hockey game. Out to center ice. On a break. Payne could be a 2-on-1 if Seamer can get there. But Spezia got back. Late man. Shot from the deep slot. A big save by Burke on Kesty. Back to the net for Seamer. 6.5 minutes to go. Tried to jam it in front. Spezia was there. Burkle has it on the right side. He's got Mingo wide if he can get the puck to him. Got it to him. Mingo tried to tip it past Idler. Idler stayed with him. Mingo in a heap in the corner. Still got it back to McLean. McLean, who scored that tying goal. Going hard after the puck, but Northern comes away with it. Trends now. Near side boards out to center. Cusero lofts it back in. All alone is Seamer. Falcons caught in a change. Friedman getting over. Big shot, and Burke came way out of the net to make the save and no rebound. Yet another enormous save by Tommy Burke.
Yeah, great angle that Burke put on the shot there. It was all the way out between the top of the blue and the bottom of the circle. Not much to shoot at. The big thing there was just covering the rebound.
Here's a look at this great effort by Murphy. Threw the puck back and barely missed that top corner stick side. He's the kind of guy who'll score goals from his knees. Face off, Cusero made sure that his man would get the puck there. It's been one of the best, if not the best, hockey games of the year. It's got playoff hockey written all over it.
Oh yeah, the last 3 or 4 minutes have been end-to-end. Phenomenal watch.
And it's great to watch an important game where the teams don't figure that the way to win is to just pack it in and play defensively. Diamantoni with a shot, save, rebound, and a second save by Burke as he robbed Diamantoni not once but twice.
Came in off the wing, got a shot, walked around the defenseman, and got his own rebound.
Super
Great
hockey
save.
being played right now. That puck up into the netting. Burke's made 3 or 4 phenomenal saves in the third period to keep this game 1-1. There's the number 1 star of the hockey game at this point. 2 saves on Diamantoni.
Kind of gets a good shot on Burke. He kind of coughs up the puck a little bit, walks around Friedman, gets his own rebound, but Burke is ready for the test.
5:36 to go. Shine tried to get it on goal. Seckel grabs the puck, centered it. Alertly right there is Tate to clear it away. Thrown out again. DeSalvo sidestepped his man. Eibler puts it back in the Falcon end. They tag up, stay onside. Burke out of the net. Got it out for Mingo. Good pass to DeSalvo at center. DeSalvo cross rink for Tate. Behind him, Ballou at his own line. Dropped it back for Friedman. Friedman, Ballou with some skating room. Up the middle at the line with some open ice here. Trying to get a shot away, but he was just forced wide by Eibler. Back to Berkeley, threw it in front. Screen there, over the net by Tate. Looked like he had an opening there and nearly deposited the puck.
Yeah, great chance there. Brent Tate right in front of the net. Nobody went to him, threw the puck to the net, just couldn't find a way to get a handle on it.
Here is tough sledding for Burkle, but he cycled it low. Near side out for Payne. Payne cross-rink pass, accepted by Shine. In over the line, tried to crisscross with Payne. Payne got the puck, he's open the shot, and he drilled that one wide. He really snapped it off. That crisscrossing maneuver with Shine got him in alone. Trend circling the goal. Passes it out. Breaking up the right wing. This is Noack, the leading scorer for Northern Michigan. Back of the net. Trailer. Aschmeyer shot, save, rebound. Another save by Burke. He made sure that there was no room for that puck to slither through. Less than 4 minutes to go. Trends backing up with it. Off the boards. Keski tipped. Up to the line. Noack bodied off by Ballou. Mingo sent down the ice. And this should go for an icing call. And it does with 3:41 left to go in the hockey game. And this has just been outstanding action here.
Hey, great playoff hockey. You think with 3:41, Greg, though, you're going to see defenses tighten up, make sure they're not getting a stretch pass against them, making sure nobody's behind you. And if they're tightening up in their defensive zone, I'm not really sure how much offense we're going to see late in this game here. It'll all depend on the mistakes of the other team.
I'm surprised we've seen so much end-to-end action this late in the third period, but it's been great to watch. And that one caught up in the equipment of Hawkins. And a well-earned respite for both teams. Timeout on the ice. 3:35 to go in regulation. Overtime looming. 1-1 the score. .335 to go. Jake Baker is back out after a 10-minute rest. So Northern back up to their full complement of defensemen. And this is not only great hockey, but the joint is jumping here. Shot, goal by Eibler. Almost hard off the boards, and he caught the upper corner, and Northern has taken a 2-1 lead.
Gets a shot, he comes right off the defenseman, crawls up the wall, takes a shot somewhere around the half boards. Burke goes down. and he picks the short side top shelf on him. Unbelievable shot. 3:31 to go in the game. We got Northern up 2-1.
Beat him to the far side. The edge of the face-off circle right off the boards, and Luke Eibler has made it. Here it is, 2-1 hockey game. And I don't know, Burke didn't appear to be screened. He just caught the corner. Here is Valou starting up ice with a good pass to Cooper. Now the Falcons have to strike again. Cooper with a shot deflected wide. Offside was called with 3:17. 16:29, the time of the goal by Luke Eibler right off the face-off, and there's not much time for Bowling Green to come back now. Here's another look at it. It looked like short side.
Yep. You know, it's kind of something we were talking about earlier, Greg, as far as new goalies nowadays. It's all about going down and covering as much space. Comes in off the wall, gives up top shelf when he goes down, and that's what he picked.
Falcons have had a lot of heartbreaking losses of late, not only in hockey, but on the hard court too, and trying to keep this from being yet another one. Mercier below the goal line. The Falcons have really competed hard. It's been a great hockey game, and they're not out of it yet. McLean, who scored the Falcon goal. Near side, twisting and turning up for Friedman to Valou. His snapshot was blocked in front. Payne takes it. Mercier checking against him, but Payne made a good move and skated away. Long pass, and he almost caught Noack in behind the defense, but it goes for icing with 2:34 left in the hockey game.
Almost got us on a line change. Casera coming on the ice, just missed the pass.
There is Darren Noack. 7 goals, 15 assists. He and Hansen. Hansen was the one who got hurt earlier on that check by Walker, the two best playmakers on the Northern Michigan team, along with Shane Suth. 14 and 15 assists, respectively. They have not been a great goal-scoring team. Northern Michigan, 43 out of 59 teams offensively, but they've scored enough so far. And timeout on the ice. And what would you say is going on in that bench right now?
Well, as far as Northern, you're just talking about assignments down low and who's taking who in what situations, especially when it comes to face-offs or defensive zone assignments. Bowling Green is talking about probably what time they want to pull their goalie and how they're going to set up in the offensive zone and what type of look they're looking for as far as trying to get the pucks to net and things of that nature. It's kind of a cat and mouse here. You'll certainly see a lot of guys moving around, whether it be on the face-offs, but definitely we'll see what happens here in the last 2:34.
And unfortunately, right now, Northern is the cat and Bowling Green is the mouse. We were talking a while back, just saying it was hard to get a gauge on what team has the edge. It was just a goal like that can materialize out of nowhere, and you don't know who is going to get it. And it turned out that Northern got it.
Yeah, great shot. Guys certainly made a play that has made the difference in the game, but it's certainly not over.
Not by a long shot. DeSalvo knocked it down with a high stick. That'll take the face-off out of the zone, unfortunately, for Bowling Green.
Kind of a reactionary play by Dan, and not much you can do about that.
Yeah, good hand-eye coordination. They'll face it off just outside the Falcon blue line. Salvo and Suth on the draw. Mingo missed it the first time, then got it over to Kusera. Burkle slamming his way in. Spezia, along with McLean, I think the two best Falcons in this game outside of the goalie. Two freshmen that didn't make the WCHA all-freshman team, but very easily could have. Out to center ice to Salvo. Kicked it back up on his blade. Had his pocket picked by Shine. Kusera's back, under 2 minutes to go. And it's golfed into the Falcon zone. Kusera getting back for it. Mindful of Seckel pursuing him. Out comes Valou. Valou breaking out on the right wing. Pass cross rink. Slammed in by Spezia. Northern trying to come out with it. They get it to the Falcon line, but Spezia right back for Valou. In over the blue line. Valou tries to keep going, but Trends rubbed him out of the play. Pass turned over. Cooper's got it for the Falcons. Turning with some room. Right out in front. He scores! Off of Murphy, I believe. And we're tied again.
Looks like they threw the puck to the net. It went off somebody's skate out front, just in the far side.
We'll see if it was Cooper or Murphy, but it really is inconsequential. It's a tie hockey game. Another look here. I think it was Murphy, or maybe it was the skate of the Northern defenseman.
Yeah, tough to tell. Might have gone off Maschmeyer's skate, but like it's never a bad play to get the puck to the net. Good things happen.
Cooper's going to get it. They're reviewing it, though. Take another look. See what the review could be about, unless it was kicked by the Falcon player, and they're saying that it was directed in. If that was Murphy's skate instead of the Northern player's skate, they might have an argument.
If Murphy's got size 35 skates, I might believe that, but it doesn't look that way.
They point to center ice. It's a tie hockey game. Just when it looked like the jig was maybe up for the Falcons, they come back and tie the game with 1:24 to go. And now we might be planning for a late night again.
This is great.
You've almost never been in a hockey game until you've been in this building for a game like this.
It's a great place to be, that's for sure.
Face off. Sent back to the Falcon end. Mercier watching carefully as he's pursued by Sooth. He skates it out. Mercier, head just missed McLean. Out to center ice, turning Sooth. Broken up by Kucera. Mingo for the Falcons. Seckel swept it away from him. Last minute of regulation. Mingo takes Seckel down. It is Cooper who got credited for that goal. Right out in front, Baker is there. But Mercier played him in all the way. Seckel centered it off a Polkamp's skate. Out he comes. Polkamp sliding it in. Good smart play. The Falcons get fresh troops out. Heavy check by McLean in the corner. Falcons scrapping hard. Trying to come up with a late one. Ballou with a shot. That was blocked. Back out. Up high, Ballou again. Friedman right point. His shot goes wide of the net. Burkle coming out with it in the corner. Up high to Ballou. Now to Friedman. He threw it in front. Deflected off McLean, and that one came close. Less than 10 seconds in the period. And the regulation time. Friedman backing up. Back of the net. Ballou. And we are going to overtime in the first game of this best-of-3 opening round series between the Bowling Green Falcons and the Northern Michigan Wildcats. A late goal by Mark Cooper. And the Falcons live for another period. 2-2 the score at the end of regulation. We'll be right back.
Hit the ice with BCSN and the Toledo Walleye all this winter. With sudden death goals, clutch shutouts, and hard-hitting action, BCSN will take you inside the arena for every Walleye home game all this season. Don't miss a moment of excitement this season only on BCSN.
we're back at the BGSU Ice Arena as the Bowling Green Falcons and Northern Michigan Broncos are tied up at 2 and will be heading into overtime. And there will be a lot to talk about tonight and every night on Sports Nightly on BCSN as Eric Hobart and Ken Watlington bring you all of what is going on in local sports, and not only here, but of course the high school basketball tournament action is in full swing. March Madness every night, 10:30 p.m. on BCSN, Monday through Friday. Join Eric Hobart and Ken Watlington for Sports Nightly. 2-2, we're heading into overtime here at the BGSU Ice Arena.
BCSN is going from your home to your home screen. Now take your favorite live local sports with you wherever you go with the Watch BCSN app. Just download the app, and in moments you'll be streaming the BCSN networks live directly to your smartphone or tablet. Watch BCSN is available for both iOS and Android devices and is free for all Buckeye Cable System subscribers.
Back out at the BGSU Ice Arena. It looked bleak for Bowling Green, but with 1:24 to go, they tie it up on a goal by Mark Cooper. Now it's anyone's hockey game headed into overtime. And really, it's very, very difficult to forecast who might win this game.
You know, the momentums really have kind of gone ebb and flow with each team. I really wouldn't say that you'd have one team that you could say has controlled the game for the whole game. And like you said, I'm not sure who's going to win this game. I don't know if somebody's favored in this game. Bowling Green obviously scores a goal late in the game with kind of a throw it to the net type deal, and it goes off a skate. But hey, that's playoff hockey, and you get this time of the year, you see that stuff quite often.
Well, the Northern Michigan Wildcats led 1-0, and they led 2-1 at various times in the game, but both times the Falcons were able to come back. And we take a look here at some of the highlights of this third period. The Falcons put on a lot of pressure. Murphy in alone, but Doan looked like he had boarded up the net for the night here. But here's the goal that tied it at 1. Mitch McLean, who had really been setting up camp in the slot effectively. Big save by Tommy Burke. More than one. There's 2 saves in a row off Diamantoni. Falcons, that shot by Tate went over the top. Northern's been attacking all night long. Burke's one mistake of the night, probably right here. He wasn't screened, just caught him right over the shoulder. But the team picked up Burke. Burke's been picking up the team all night. Now the team answered back. Cooper off the skate, in for the tying goal. And it is a 2-2 hockey game. The next goal will win it. and the team that scores it will take a 1-0 lead in the series. We'll be right back.
Want to get back in shape without leaving your living room? BCSN and the YMCA and JCC of Greater Toledo are here to help with your shape up. Whether you're a beginner or advanced athlete, our trained fitness instructors will lead you in the latest cardio, strength training, Pilates, and yoga workouts. Get active with your shape up.
Stick handling move, he goes wide, right on the front, he scores!
Everybody in the Northwest Hockey Conference Red Division has at least one state championship, and I think they're all contenders this year.
Hit the ice with BCSN and the Toledo Walleye all this winter. With sudden death goals, clutch shutouts, and hard-hitting action, BCSN will take you inside the arena for every Walleye home game all this season. Don't miss a moment of excitement this season only on BCSN.
BCSN is going from your home to your home screen. Now take your favorite live local sports with you wherever you go with the Watch BCSN app. Just download the app, and in moments you'll be streaming the BCSN networks live directly to your smartphone or tablet. Watch BCSN is available for both iOS and Android devices and is free for all Buckeye cable system subscribers.
Steve Taylor of the Taylor Automotive family is teaming up with area schools to award a high school senior in Lucas County a 2015 Kia Forte as part of the Driven to Succeed program. Every student in their senior year attending a participating high school in Lucas County is able to qualify. For details and criteria, visit taylordriven.com. 2-2 Bowling Green and Northern Michigan. We're awaiting overtime here to decide who takes the first game in this 2 of 3 WCHA first round playoff.
Want to get back in shape without leaving your living room? BCSN and the YMCA and JCC of Greater Toledo are here to help with your shape up. Whether you're a beginner or advanced athlete, our trained fitness instructors will lead you in the latest cardio, strength training, Pilates, and yoga workouts. Get active with your shape up.
BCSN, available exclusively on Buckeye Cable System, is presented by PNC Bank for the achiever in you, and by Yark Automotive, just what you're looking for.
On the ice, this crowd is cranked up, and they're supporting their Falcons, trying to get the jump here on Northern Michigan. Michigan Tech, Alabama, Huntsville also going into overtime, a 0-0 score. Well, that could be a huge upset. Chris Bergeron not thinking about that right now. He's got his own issues. Minnesota State leading 5-2 over Lake Superior. Late second, and Ferris over Bemidji early second, 1-0. Here we go. Next goal wins it. We'll see if it comes early or late. Malou, back of the net, over to Adam Burkle. Trying to work it up the boards, bouncing on Friedman. He got it to Burkle. Weak pass, intercepted. Baker drives it off the post. A very weak clearing pass. Baker was able to step right into it, and he clanged it off the post.
Not sure Burke saw that, rang it up his glove side post. Falcons certainly dodged a bullet there.
Right out in front, Seckel on his knees, tried to center it. Tate can't get it out. Northern right on top of the Falcons in the first shift of overtime. Shine, back of the net. Seckel worked it up the boards. Trends right point. Drifted it wide of the net. Seckel centered it. Berkeldale try again to clear. Falcons finally get it out to center, and they can breathe for a moment. Trends right side. Played it into the Falcon end. Icing the call. Minute 10 into overtime, and wow. That was almost the hockey game right there. A weak clear and right onto Baker's stick, and he just blasted it off the far post. Burke had no chance.
Boy, leaned into that. Baker, 6'5", 223 pounds, and got all of it.
Well, the Falcons, if they had an Achilles heel, it's been giving the puck away, and certainly would have hated to see them lose on a play like that, but they were given a reprieve. Now face off in the Northern Michigan zone. I'll be honest, I thought we were on our way home. So did I think a lot of these fans. But when they opened their eyes, the game was still going on.
What do we got here?
A long discussion. The officials skating over to the... I hope they're not reviewing to see that puck take over the net.
You know, they might be reviewing that, but from at least my vantage point, it certainly looked by the angle that the puck came out that there wasn't a chance that it was inside the net. It came out to the left of Burkle, which would tell me it hit the outside of the post.
I thought it hit the post, and it appeared there that it did. Now, can you imagine what would happen if they had played another 2 minutes and the Falcons scored the winning goal, and then they said we're going to check that, and they awarded the game to Northern?
We don't want to go there.
They have got to stop the play at the time the puck supposedly might have gone in and review it right away. Not let them play another 5 minutes and then cancel everything that was done. But anyway.
The Rules Committee will get on that in April.
I sure wish they would. And it's tipped out of play, and a great grab there, one-handed grab by
Mark Kesson of Finley.
I tell you what, that's a sign him up type play. Danny Schmitz is watching, and he's somebody for the baseball team this year. Getting congratulated by the usher. I was hoping they wouldn't make him turn it over.
You got to pay attention when you're in the rink and you're at a hockey game. You never know when the puck's coming at you.
That might have been the best play of the night. Eibler shoots it in, gloved by Burke. Shots on goal, 40-34. It's been an even hockey game. Bowling Green with the edge in shots, but Northern with the edge in quality scoring chances.
Yeah, Tommy Burke certainly determined that it was a good idea to freeze the puck there. We have a defensive zone face-off, and the Falcons are trying to line up and cover that appropriately.
Eibler at the point shot, and Burke with another good save as he flashed out his right leg. He was screened on that shot. Turning Salmon in at center ice. Rolled it in. Burke out of the net. Plays it around the boards. Ballou gloves it out to center ice for breaking Friedman. Friedman over the blue line. Long shot. And gloved by Doan. He holds on. The two goalies, I think, are the two stars of the game. Friedman got a little push and
I think they called offsides on that.
Going back at him. Yep, they did.
I missed
maybe that was why. The
yeah.
other player took exception to Friedman shooting the puck. The offside was called. I don't know if you heard the whistle in the uproar here.
Bang, bang play.
Face off. Payne at center. In over the blue line with a shot. Blocker saved by Burke. All of a sudden it's gone quiet here.
You get into overtime like this, especially in the defensive zone, it's ultra important to make sure that you have your defensive responsibilities. You're on the defensive side of the guy. You're picking up the right guy. You're clearing the zone when you can on both sides of the puck.
Falcons did a good job of it there, not allowing any penetration by Northern. Spezia almost gave it away, got it back, and now they do turn it over. Kesty lost it, or he might have had a chance. Kesty scored the overtime game winner earlier in the season here. Now it's Kucera. Back for Delgadillo. He lost it. Northern has dominated the overtime so far. They put it in front, saved by Burke, and skated to safety by Spezia. Northern is really putting on the pressure in front. Intercepted to Salvo. Out come the Falcons. Burkle to center ice. Spezia and DeSalvo up with him. Breaks on. Tried to thread it through to DeSalvo. Instead it was deflected over the net. Back comes Shine. Tired Falcon line. Goes for changes. Shine sprinting down the left wing. Over the blue line, his shot blocked. Polkamp cleared it to the boards. Out comes McLean. McLean shoots it into the northern zone. Falcons, Polkamp gets there as it rings around to the near side. Polkamp twisting in the corner. Stopped by Shine, out to center ice. Friedman for Valou. He shoots it into the zone. Turning it, long pass out. Eibler trying to hit Sooth for a breakaway. Couldn't quite connect, however. And back comes Mercier, but a whistle behind the play. And they'll face it off just outside the Falcon blue line.
Yeah, I'm not sure Sooth came off the bench or how he got behind the D, but he connects in that pass. He's walking in alone on Tommy Burke in overtime here, and who knows what's going to happen.
He's already scored once. Boy, he probably should have had it, too. He scored on a very similar type play earlier in the game. Shot into the northern Michigan zone. Maschmeyer breaks on, controlling the puck. Off the boards, the center tipped ahead by Diamantoni to Mitch Jones. Mingo pursuing him hard. Back of the net. Jones comes up with the puck, leaves it on the boards. Vandercook to Jones. He is wrestled off by Mingo. Falcons get it ahead to Cooper, tied the game late in the third period for Murphy. Murphy over the blue line, great move, he's in! And he couldn't get the shot as Trends cut him off. Another great stick handling move by Murphy. Made another one earlier in the game and got himself a chance. Drop pass to Vandercook. Left side shot, gloved by Burke. He wasn't entirely sure he had the puck, but it turns out he did, and Mingo says, attaboy. Tommy Burke, he is the guy I would favor for #1 star this hockey game. Jones would be the second star, and maybe the guy who gets the winning goal would be #3.
Yeah, hey, you got a 40 save and a 36 save. That's two double claps there for the goaltenders.
Face off. Tate trying to clear it right out in front. Murphy blocked with his skate, or Friedman rather. Out for center ice. DeSalvo got running hard by Eibler, who almost was the hero tonight. Now it's Tate going for it. The shot was blocked. Friedman hoists it over the goal.
DeSalvo's hurt.
Struggling his way to the bench. He finally got there. Long pass ahead. That'll be a big loss for the Falcons. Hopefully he'll be all right after a little bit of rest at the bench. Here is Valou for the Falcons. Coming out left side with a head of steam. Goes wide around Payne at center ice. Valou, hard angle shot. Saved by Doan, short side. Valou dropped it back. He saw nobody at the point, so he got it deep. That was a smart play. Tate or Mercier in the corner. Holding it. Tried to center. Off a skate back of the net. Kucera moves in to contain it. Mercier. 5.5 minutes into overtime. Mercier dropped it below the goal line to Polkamp. Right out in front. Polkamp shot it, skidded off his stick. Reclaimed by Mercier. Shot by Mingo. Blocked. Here's a chance. Seymour gloves it down. Mingo trying to rescue the play. And he is finally able to get it off to the boards.
Great one-on-one battle by Mingo there, denying the opportunity there for the Michigan kid.
Mingo. Kucera tipped in by McLean. Up ice by Zach Urban. Kucera lifts it back in. Aschmeyer, back of the net. And a whistle.
Blade offsides, maybe?
Looks like it. Tell. Out of the ordinary it occurred, but they'll face it off at the 6:10 mark of overtime. Northern was really all over the Falcons at the start. Settled into a more even contest since then. Sometimes the team that puts on the early pressure, the other team counterattacks and scores. You just never know. Murphy with another opportunity, breaking through Seckel's hook, but he released in time to prevent a call, and plus the officials aren't going to be wanting to make calls right now. Murphy in front, right there! Cooper couldn't get it! And out swarms Northern. Seuss pass, cross ice to Seckel. Seckel dropped it back, missed his man. Murphy turning up ice, right side. Dropped it back. Trailed in by Valou, back to Murphy. Murphy, great pass, Friedman! And he one-timed it off the side of the net. Great passing combination by the Falcons. Hawkins knocked it down with a high stick. Punched back into the zone. A whistle stops the play. What a passing effort there. Friedman moving in. And he had the game in his sights.
You know, Friedman recognized that play all the way out in the neutral zone, joins the rush, looks for the pass, and just misses.
Well, Falcons now starting to get their opportunities. They had an earlier chance, too, with that line. With Murphy and Cooper. Now pass out for Spezia. Spezia against Eibler, cutting to the middle. Sticked away by Doan as he tried to set up the screen and fire. DeSalvo back on the ice. Good to see after he was shaken up a moment ago. Delgadillo circling with the puck off the glass. Trapped by Burkle. Kesty swinging back the other way. Delgadillo to Kucera. Delgadillo off the boards. Burkle tipped it in. Eibler backing up. Pass at center. Off the skate of Kesty. Baker, who almost won this game once in overtime, put an easy one on goal that time. Hoping just to maybe get a bounce or something. Handcuff the goalie. Sent down the ice. Here is Moschmeyer. Checked by McLean. Kesty swings it out to center. Intercepted by DeLu, but a man trapped offside. Moschmeyer turning in his own end for Trends. Approaching the 8-minute mark of overtime. Glove down by Mitch Jones. Mingo is there. Malou turned aside. Crowd into their unison chanting. McLean cross rink for a breaking Polkamp. In over the line with speed. Shot! And wide of the net. He was going for the same kind of goal that Eibler got to make it 2-1 Northern late in the third period. Malou shuffled it back for Mingo. Mingo out for Polkamp. Two-man break with Mercier. Joining the rush is Hawkins. Couldn't get that one-timer off. Took Eibler into the boards. Moschmeyer out to center ice. Reclaimed by Kucera. Tip forward for Murphy. Straight back to Moschmeyer. Diamantoni over the line. He's got jackrabbit speed. Checked by Friedman. Kucera takes his man heavily into the boards. Now once again, Falcons trying to play it very smart in the defensive zone, waiting for a whistle, and they finally get it. Kucera has played a solid hockey game. All the Falcon defensemen have had to step up when Walker left early. They played a lot of hockey too for 5 minutes.
Nice chance on that last rush by the Falcons. Hawkins came down the left wing, got the pass, kind of handcuffed him, wasn't really sure if he was going to one-time it, but kind of collect it and throw it at the net, just heeled it a little bit to the corner.
Now this game threatening to join the list of Falcon hockey annals as a classic contest. Especially so if Bowling Green could muster an overtime winner. Salvo gave it away to Seckel. Falcons' second time they've given it up in their own end. First time Baker almost ended the game right there. This time the Falcons were able to recover. But you got to be careful of the puck back in that area of the ice. Back of the net. Here's Shine. Didn't get it on goal. Kucera hammers it around the boards. Urban kept it in at the right point. Back of the net. Friedman. Up the middle with a good pass out for DeSalvo. DeSalvo at center, off for Tate. They stay on side. Tate now threw it toward the net, goes wide. Seckel with skating room. Out at center, cross rink for Sooth. Malou is there to cancel that play. And Malou now storming out back to center ice. Nice feathered backhand pass to Tate. Tate backhand into the deep slot. Nobody there. Jones couldn't handle it though, and kept in by Malou back of the net. Trends against Burkle. Burkle goes down. Kesty trying to get out against Mercier. Vandercook. McLean kept it in, flared it wide. Mitch Jones for Northern Michigan out to center ice. It got past Malou. Back for it is Delgadillo. Malou off the boards and down the ice. And icing is the call with 9:26 to go in the first overtime. I'm starting to think we may have to specify which overtime.
Well, certainly some funny bounces there in the last rush with Northern going into Bowling Green zone. Bowling Green was a little nervous as far as how that puck was going to land, and they tried to get the ice there and did.
Yeah, Bowling Green has called a timeout. With 9:26 remaining, there's McLean who got the first goal. Maybe just a chance for a breather. To get everybody on the same page, what's been your impression of what we've seen in overtime so far?
Not a ton of chances, really. I think this whole story's been about the goalies all game. I mean, you look at it, we've almost got 80 saves between the two goalies. You got a kid who's 6'5" or 6'4", another kid who's 6'3". They played the puck well. They've got great angles. And the goals that they've scored, I mean, the one goal from Northern, they had to pick a top corner. The other one bounced in off a Northern skate to go in for the Bowling Green goal. In my mind, it's a goalies game right here.
And both goalies have answered the bell. No uncertain terms. Students away at spring break would have loved to see this hockey game. Face off. Anyone who likes hockey would like to see this hockey game. McLean now out to center ice. Big check into the boards from Baker. Wow, did he ever get run? Hussera took a little bit of a poke at Baker. Now that's very similar to the kind of play that Walker got thrown out for earlier.
Baker's already been in the box for a misconduct. A hit like that was very similar, almost in the same spot, Greg.
Well, to be honest, I didn't see much wrong with it. Just as before, they called a major penalty on the earlier one. I thought that was kind of a pretty good hip check into the boards. And McLean shaking off the cobwebs. Again, he kept the stick out of it, kept the elbow out of it.
I mean, Baker's a 6'5" kid. Almost any hit he's going to make is going to be tough to keep his arms down. Just physically, that's where he's at. His arms and elbows and everything are higher than everybody else.
He thrust him with his arms a little bit, but they don't call the penalty. Maybe rightfully so. Timeout on the ice. 2-2 the score here in overtime. .9:03 to go. There was no penalty on that play to Baker, and I can't really quarrel with that. Although when you compare that to the Walker penalty for which he got ejected from the hockey game, that's the only quarrel.
Yeah, you know what, Mitch McLean, hey, he's certainly trying to get the puck in deep. He took a hit to make the play. Unfortunately, he got hurt. I don't know if it's a dirty play. They certainly didn't call it. And we're playing on.
I think that's the point you made. The earlier one was early in the hockey game. This is an overtime. That's the difference right there. Friedman in the zone end, long pass tipped by Cooper nicely to Hawkins breaking. But it was chopped out to center by Eibler, and he found Sooth. And they wheel back 3-on-2. Drop pass back, Shine tried to return to Sooth, but cleared out to center ice. Eibler bouncing at the blue line. Friedman left it for Ballou. For Murphy. Murphy at center ice. In over the line. Quick wrist shot. And a blocker save there. Crashing in. Spezia tried to direct it on goal. Just went wide. And a whistle here as the Falcons were going for a line change.
I think they called the play just on the change. A guy coming off the bench. They weren't going to call too many men on the ice. They were going to call a dead whistle just for that type of play.
Yeah, it was holding my breath, thinking they might just call too many men. That's usually what it is when there's a big scramble in the bench area like that.
You know, they don't call Walker on that play, they're not going to call that one.
Yeah. Face off. Sarah to Mingo. Flared it in. Turning with the puck. Zach Urban. And I think they say it went out of play as he lofted it over the Falcon bench area. There is Noack, leading scorer for Northern, who has been somewhat silent tonight. Burkle, same thing. But that's the beautiful thing about overtime. A guy who maybe has been quiet could be the hero of the night.
Peter Klima, 4 overtime years ago, right?
Absolutely.
Didn't play at all.
Out in front, save, and a second shot. This reminds me of that Ferris State game with a long overtime, 1988. As the Falcons were on their way to a CCHA championship. In the first round of the CCHA playoffs right here in this ice arena. They say 4 overtimes. Back then it was 10-minute overtime, so 20-minute overtimes now. Icing called there.
I think didn't we have a 5 overtime game last week with Northern and UMass?
Yeah.
Longest game in the history of college hockey in Notre Dame in the first round. It was a 5 overtime game, so I'm ready. You ready?
Yeah, I'm strapped in. And the way hockey is these days, when goals are so hard to come by, there's more and more of an increased chance that you get that kind of thing. NHL record was a game went into 6 overtimes. Way back in the 1930s, the Red Wings and the Montreal Maroons. Right out in front, Baker again shooting to win the hockey game. And a big save by Burke. Twice, Baker has really unloaded once he hit the post and once Burke made a big save. Now the Falcons turning it up. Mercier to Dufour. Dufour breaking wide. He got taken down by Eibler. Mercier's got it. Dufour gets that puck back out to the line for Delgadillo. Shot in front, and that one just went wide. For a moment, I thought it was tipped in. Here is Mercier working hard for Polkamp in front, trying to find Dufour. Back to Polkamp on his knees, but breaking out goes Payne. 3-on-2, and it's very slowly breaking. Both teams with a tag end of a long shift. Shot by Selman, and a save by Burke. That was almost a slow motion 3-on-2 break because everybody was just gassed at that point.
Completely gassed. Falcons coming out of the zone, didn't have any legs to get back to pick up the trailer. They make a nice little scissors play, throw a cross-ice pass to the trailing winger who fires it right into Burke's chest. Covers the rebound.
The only saving grace was the Northern players were too tired to really go fast on the attack.
Oh, yeah.
It was an exhausting shift there with a lot of play along the boards in the Northern end. Here is Kesty. Some good moves in the corner. Delgadillo staying on top of him, though. Pass deflected away. Here's the chance for Hawkins. Hopping on it, but Trent's got back in a hurry. Hawkins going wide. Circling the net. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Back of the net, Moschmeyer against Murphy. Murphy took his man down. Jones is there. Back of the goal for Trends. Trends off the boards. Center ice, Friedman. Mingo played it back. Friedman with room. Mingo. Long pass him. Cooper has already tied this hockey game late. Tried to get it through to Tate, but he was walled off by Trends and cleared by Moschmeyer to center ice. Past the 14-minute mark of overtime. Cooper got it in. Murphy gave it to Tate. 3 good goal scorers on the ice right now for the Falcons. Tate, Cooper, and Murphy. Friedman put it across. That one sticked out by Doan. Vandercook in transition the other way. He dropped it in the corner. Both teams making changes. Back for it, Ballou. He's got room to motor out to center ice. Swung wide around Shine. Still with it. Ballou all the way. Long rush shot and kicked into the corner by Doan. Burkle below the goal line. Baker off the boards to center ice. Back into the zone. Onside. No, they're calling it. The Falcon fans going crazy. As it was off the Northern player.
Yeah, Northern brought the puck back into the zone, which is what the Falcons are complaining about. You watch it here, outside the zone, gets kicked back in. They got a 2-on-1 coming down.
And a really potentially golden scoring opportunity lost. Falcons have maybe another chance here now. Spezia, he played that one across. McLean back on the ice after getting racked up by that check a moment ago. Mingo lets it fly. That one off the side of the net. The net bulged a little bit, but it was on the outside of the net. Hussera moving in. Seckel off a skate. Baker back of the goal. Polkamp far side. McLean lost it. Here's a chance for a break for Seckel, but Mingo held him off. Mingo one-handed it to the left wing to Spezia. Spezia breaking in. Dropped it back of the net. Polkamp is there. Turning away from Baker. Jammed it in front. Ballou with a shot from the point. Save. Bound over the goalie's shoulder, but didn't go right behind him, where it might have dropped into the open net. Sooth off the boards and out. Handled by Ballou. Ballou back to the blue line. Baker checked by Murphy. Gave it right back to Ballou. Cooper, tip pass. Hawkins, Murphy in front alone. Tried to get it to him, but it was just too far out in front. And it flares down the ice off a Falcon skate. Great chance there.
Just missed him by a foot or two, or that would have been the game.
He had the right idea. Murphy trapped the puck, trying to get it in. Moschmeyer couldn't break with it. Jones wide. Ballou came up with it for a turning Cooper. Urban the other way to Payne now. 3 men hitting the line, but the Falcons back in numbers. It is Hawkins now. Far side. Cooper's got it on the move, but couldn't get going with it. Moschmeyer held him off. Cooper banged it deep, and they go for a change. Urban for Northern. This crowd is really getting into this. Urban up the middle. Got away from Dufour. Still with it. Urban over the line. Checked on the play into the corner. Mingo checked by Jones. Mercier came out. Ringed it around. Tipped by Polkamp. And back after the Seamer. To Luke Eibler. He's got some room in front. Payne ran into Polkamp. Forced a turnover. Mingo breaking in. Winding up a shot. And glove by Doan. Shoulder high, and he holds on with 2:51 left to go. Great check by Polkamp to give the Falcons that opportunity. He didn't have to knock his man in the seats, just took him off the puck.
Yeah, great transition game. Mingo
no, he did knock him off the ice, pardon me.
Stands up in the play. You look at the Mingo shot here, almost goes between the ear and the glove. Gets him top shelf, but Doan makes a nice save.
I didn't think Polkamp came up on him too hard, but he still knocked him off his pins. Falcons win the draw. Hussera toward the net, save. One of the few times that Doan has juggled the puck. But he holds on as Brent Tate was right there in case anything had come loose. Tate, your man in the pool.
Tate's my man. I don't know what we got bet on it, but it should be good.
I wouldn't mind losing that bet if that's what it takes. Tate into the corner. Pair of 23s going in. DeSalvo coming out. Had his man at the point, but Seamer broke it up. Mingo, far side. Baker said 2 great scoring chances. Now he might get a third. Baker moving in, winding up shot. Big save, Burke. 3 chances by Baker to be the hero. The post stopped him once, Burke twice, but now it's Vandercook with a chance. That shot went wide, maybe tipped by the stick of DeSalvo. Sent down the ice. Baker's just got a huge cannon of a shot, but he hasn't been able to get it in behind Burke. Up ahead for a quick John Seamer, but he never could draw the puck in. Back comes Hawkins to Burkle. Burkle shot, that one deflected by Trentz up into the netting. As we're past the 18-minute mark of overtime. And what an overtime it's been. What a hockey game it's been.
Great save there by Tommy Burke. Great Baker came in, made a nice little inside-out move or an outside-in move. I'm sorry. Gets Burke moving a little bit, and he just gets enough of it on the shot. Real nice play.
Can he fire that puck or what?
Yeah, he's got a heavy shot.
Yeah, heavy, hard and heavy. And that one ends up out of play over the glass. Hawkins saying it went off the Northern player, but I don't think the officials are going to concur. outside the zone because they said that Hawkins put it directly out. Urban legging after it. Huntsville and Michigan Tech have completed the first overtime, still scoreless. Here's a chance for Michigan, Northern Michigan, as Moschmeyer put it right on, and a save again by Burke.
Real close with Jones being offsides on the left side, gaining that zone, but they didn't call it. Get a quality shot on Burke, who freezes the play.
Here's another look at it. Good pass to the man up high, the trailer Moschmeyer, but Burke handles it as he has all night. Ferris leads Bemidji 3-0. They're gonna go on top, game to nothing, and Minnesota State romping 8-2. Winding up, Eibler's shot blocked. Out comes Polkamp. Polkamp sending it in. Two big question marks. The Alabama Tech game and this one. Near side, Kucera. His shot, and that one streamed wide of the net. Boomed off the glass right in front. That was tipped wide by Polkamp. Mercier far side. Seckel trying to get it out. There's Shine now. He moves it out quickly. Out to center ice at the blue line. Trying to break in, but it was cleared to center. Last minute of the first overtime. Winged in right on Burke, and he holds on. He'll give up a face-off in his own end rather than risking a mistake and giving that puck off to his defenseman, Kucera. Coming up against Shine there in front of Tommy Burke. Seckel always dangerous. Scored 2 consecutive goals to allow Northern Michigan to complete their come-from-behind victory against Bowling Green in the second game of the series in February that Northern swept. Hoping to be the hero again tonight, or at least somebody wearing the same color jersey as he is.
We got a key face off here with 52 seconds until we go to period 5.
Moschmeyer at center across to Baker. Checked away from him by Burkle. Now it's Spezia. Spezia trying to cut in front. Taken out by Moschmeyer. Just wouldn't let him turn it in. Burkle up high. Friedman back to Burkle. 30 seconds on Burkle shot. Save, rebound. It just trickles wide of the net. And they put it in. The Falcons win it. Spezia with 27 seconds remaining in the overtime, and the Falcons take the series lead.
Scramble in front of the net. Couple whacks at it. Looks like Spezia gets the goal.
He's played a great hockey game too, and deserves it. There it is. He lofted it in.
Digs out the puck just on the left post, pulls it back out on his forehand and tucks it in just on the near side.
Everybody thought it had gone off behind the net. Spezia recaptured it, put it up top to win the game for Bowling Green. What an unbelievable hockey game tonight. They are reviewing this.
I don't know what they were reviewing on it, whether or not they thought it went in or the net was off, but it looked good to me. There you go.
That's it. The Falcons win it. And they take a 1-0 lead in the series. It looked like the puck was back in the net, but Spezia got it, lifted it in, and Bowling Green defeats Northern Michigan in a thriller. 3-2 in overtime, and there's your game-winning goal scorer, Tyler Spezia. Will they ever have momentum for tomorrow night as they'll try to close out the series in Game 2. That will do it for Eddie Powers. Great to be with you tonight and our crew. Greg Franke saying so long. Bowling Green wins at 3-2. BCSN HD brought to you by Dave White Chevrolet. The place to go is Alexis and Monroe. Dave White Chevrolet. You're watching BCSN, seen exclusively on the Buckeye Cable System. Game 2 tomorrow night.